I'm like, okay, go live. All right, we live. We in the
Oh
building.
yeah. Oh, we got Bell Development right there.
Yep, that's my boy.
Yeah.
The
What up,
reason this
Bell?
whole thing is I didn't even know anything about this is because of him. Like, that's my tech boy, man. He crazy, bro, with everything.
That's
What's going
dope.
on, Kristen?
Yeah,
Timothy?
those are my moderators right there. So we got Timothy, we got Christine.
Yes.
Yeah, we got some FB always coming in to show some love. So give us some time. Give us some time, but people will
I
start
love it,
coming in.
man. But yeah, now what was I just saying? Because we just continuing, we chopping it up.
Yeah, so you were saying that we were talking about doing the lives, but through this instead of doing it on YouTube live.
Yeah, you can do the lives through here. So what they do, bro, is if you're doing a live, and let's say for instance something is copyrighted, all they do is boot you. Okay. And you gotta wait till it, meaning they just gonna end the I guess the section of what you looking at, and we just be like, oh, we can't watch that because they just blocked it. So they just gonna kick us, but we'll come right back. Okay. So everybody will be in a chat and they be like, we lost them, and then they'll see us come back. You know what I'm saying? Once we just, do it again. It don't separate your lives or clip them where it's like, oh dang, I'm rebooting the live. It don't do that. It just it's like it stops you for a second and then you come back. So in a way that's kind of good because it kind of lets you know what you can't get or what's a copyright strike or what's a what. You know what I'm saying? Before you even it's like really, really live, you know what I'm saying? Like sent through, you know what I'm saying, on your channel. So that's the good thing about that. Like,
that's dope, man. That's dope. Yeah, because like I said, I don't have that luxury. As soon as it could be Tom McDonald, who I talk to personally, who's like, yo, go nuts on all my content. And then as soon as I play one of his songs on my live, it'll be like the first 3 seconds, like black screen, then I don't come back.
Bro, even when they give you permission, they are still like whack your stuff sometimes.
All the time. Every time.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, like people have told me to like, oh, hey, put your tinfoil hat away. And I'm like, dude, like, you gotta understand, like, I can't say too much, but I know most of these artists outside of YouTube. So I have permission, written permission, which is basically a license. And I've even told YouTube, like, hey, I have emails, I have written permission. Can't I present this to you to remove some of these strikes? And they're like, you have to wait for our process to end. And I'm like, but I have license permission. I mark license permission and fair use whenever I dispute something.
Right.
And they don't listen to me at all.
That's the thing that kind of annoys me, bro. And I hate that I'm gonna keep it 100. I hate that they ain't. Hold on, let me get some shout outs real quick.
Go ahead.
Okay, Scott Powers, shout out. That's my boy, bro. I know him in real life. That's my boy. That's one of my.
What up, Scott? Friends. What up, Scott?
Love you, bro. Kennedy, shout out to you, Mr. Oasis. I see you the dude to put together all the Harry Mack stuff. Sean Fanning is in here. Do you know who that guy is?
Sean Fanning. Names I'm bad with, bro.
That's the dude that invented Napster. He was the CEO of Napster, bro.
Really?
Yeah. Like the music guys. Shout out to you, Sean Fanning.
Were you in the movie Social Network?
And he was on
Justin Timberlake played that character, I think.
He was on healthy DMCA dialogue going. Oh yeah, facts.
Yeah. You already know. Yeah. Common confusion.
But yeah, he was on facts. Yeah, he was on I know he was on the VMAs or the MTV Movie Awards and all that, bro. Like he made a thing. Like I had to look him up, bro, when he hit me up on Patreon. I was like, no, who the hell is this?
Yeah, well, if you want to talk about somebody who's an expert in all this shit, that would be the guy.
I know.
Like I said, dude, like
on everything.
Being in the industry myself and knowing how this shit works and watching a privatized company like YouTube abuse it, it baffles me. It blows my mind. Like, how has there not been some type of huge class action lawsuit? Because its content creators are getting absolutely screwed. They're getting robbed, dude. Everyone's geting robbed. They won't even tell you how you're getting paid. If you ask them, how am I getting paid?
Yeah, right. Like, I mean, I like even me right now, like, I'm up here trying to figure out, like, I'm having the same problem that one of my old friends that used to do YouTube. His name was Simply Food by TY. Still a super incredible guy. He goes by a different name now, Tobias. Like the notification process, bro. I'm not like my supporters are not really getting my notifications like that. Nope. Like when I put something out, like I was like, what is y'all? What y'all are not doing any work, bro. Like y'all not doing any work. Like there's so many things when it comes to our pay, when it comes to our views, when it comes to our revenue. Like everything is just like y'all messing everything up, and this is people's like lives and stuff y'all doing this for. Like I quit my full-time job for this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta like get this together, bro. Like,
and bro, like that, like when we talked before, like that's what hit me the most was like I told you before, like I don't need to have a YouTube channel. I think maybe that's why like I've been one to speak up and go against the grain a bit more than most people, because like you said, you quit everything to do this full time. Like, and it should be a fun, creative process where you can grow anything from the bottom up. But
Facts.
they made, dude, and like Knox Hill, all these amazing cats who have decided to go full time, they're getting screwed over. And like me, I'm like, yo, like I'm okay. But when I leave, if I do leave or I get booted, like my boys behind me are fucked. So
yeah.
If I leave and I'm gone, I'm gonna have to say something before I go. So hopefully there's some type of movement or some people start talking and joining up together, because we all need to come together, bro.
This is why, bro. This is why, and you can ask Bill Development who in here. He has what? Jess, what you got? 30,000 subscribers, 25K, something like that. He's up there too now, and I became a fan of his, channel and stuff when he was at 1K or something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was already at 100K, so I was already verified. And it, I wasn't too big to show love to, who I consider like my brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, in the community that we all do. And that's this, and through hard times too. It's like what you're going through affects me too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't have to donate anything.
No, that's Christine. She does that all the time.
Christine, you are amazing. I appreciate it. You really don't have to donate anything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no donating, Christine. Yeah. Yo, this is the thing. In my live stream, it's a joke. Whenever I say the M word, where I say money, everyone starts donating because they know I tell them, I say, I don't want your money. I'm here for fun. And everyone just starts throwing donations. And I'm like, dude, stop.
Yeah.
So, Christine, you're good, Christine. Save your money. This is
a conversation that
two boys just talking.
Yeah. And we keeping it 100% real. We ain't filtering or, some stuff so they don't try to block us, but we keeping it 100% real and just talking about this stuff because I just think it's crazy. But yeah, like I said before, this affects me too. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing what you're going through. I was heated when you first talked about it.
Oh,
Jesus, Sean.
You're coming out on top. Hey.
But see, I want people to understand. See, I got to figure out how to split this with you. Like,
hey, next time we go to a Harry Mack shows, take me out to lunch. Or
I got you. Like I literally got you, bro.
It's all good. It's all good.
I literally got you. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's up to us literally to band together because, like I said before, it affects me too. It's like I was hearing what you were saying, and a lot of this stuff, bro, is what I went through way at the beginning.
You were telling me that in person. Yeah.
Bro. I went through this. It was at a point where I remember, I don't know, I was probably at 20K or something like that, or 30K or something. And I remember every time I was looking up, I was like, I was on the community board and I was like, they keep blocking my videos. I was like, no, something is wrong. It was like back to back. Sean, I swear, dude.
You could be able to buy a new Tesla after this, yeah.
Oh, bruh, like Sean, I swear, dude, you really ain't gotta do this. This is like, yeah. Thank you so much, dude.
Oh, Sean, buy YouTube. I'll join up with you.
Please buy YouTube, dude.
Let's go, Sean.
Just get it. Just get it, dude. We will figure it out. But yeah, like I said, it's up to all of us, man, to just come together. If you got a big platform, Bill Development, I sent that petition to him. He signed it right away. It's because this is affecting all of us. Some people might not even realize what it's doing to them yet. That's the thing. That's the other thing, bro. Some people don't even realize that you could be getting played with your views and stuff like that and this and that. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to sometimes look in stuff to realize, wait, this don't look right. You know what I'm saying?
Two things really quick. I don't know if, first off, I'll mention the YouTube thing. They don't tell you that your video is being limited. We discussed before, but they don't tell you your videos are being limited until you go. Like I have 2,200 videos up. Well, my channel's right now, I'm in purgatory, so it's disabled. I can't do anything besides
that's crazy.
This is all over fake copyright claims too, but they didn't tell me that my videos got limited. The way I found out is because they sent me a copyright strike for a video like from like over a year and a half ago. It was like when I started the channel. I'm like, wait, what's this from? So I went back like on my YouTube studio, and I seen everything was limited, everything, every single. I mean, I'm talking about over 1,000 videos. I was like, what the hell is this? I was like, I didn't get one notification, so I had to sit there and hit review for every single one of them. Then they all came back like limited for saying like the N word, limited for saying the C word. I'm like, I would never say that shit.
Yeah, right.
And what it would be like the artist saying the word and them saying,
and they are limited.
Yep,
that's crazy.
But then what you were talking about with the algorithm.
Wow.
TikTok just got caught. Actually, did you hear about
saw
that
Knox's
shit?
video. I just saw Knox talk about this
Knox
just now. Yeah, literally, he was talking about something that was going on with it. I just saw it right before we went live, bro. 5 minutes.
This happened like 2 days ago. They got caught up because some of the people working at TikTok were boosting some of their own employees' content
to make them,
and like friends
to make it go viral, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That's crazy,
bro.
That's crazy.
I took a screenshot of my analytics when I started my channel. I was getting 20,000 subscribers a month.
Mm-hmm.
Within 2 to 3 months, I had 40,000 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as that happened, as soon as I got to like 75, you can see my chart going like this, and all of a sudden it just goes, boom, drops, and it's been going like this and slowly dipping ever since, man. And they were like, oh, it's a bug in your system. They're like, it will resume once we fix it. I said, okay.
Yeah.
Bro, I waited 6 months. I was like, what's going on? They're like, oh, you have another bug in your system. It'll be back once we fix it. And it was just getting worse and worse. And then nothing ever happened. I ended up getting canceled or whatever you want to call this.
That's crazy. That's so wild to me, bro, because that's the same thing that's happening to me right now. I mean, I've been on 149K for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I noticed that my stuff is rapidly moving slow. I could tell you, like, I already know how yours is because you, first of all, like, you was behind me because I've been doing this for a while. You went right past me. And I was like, I ain't never been, like, close to Cliff and subscribers like that because his shit his stuff take off, bro. Like, his stuff take off, like, really, really quick. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, they definitely playing my boy. Like, they playing him. And they did me the same way. Like I said before, they was just constantly giving me block after block after block. I've received only 2 copyright strikes my entire life being on YouTube. And that was during a tiny desk. But the weird thing is I would see other people doing the same tiny desk. And I'm up here trying to send people warnings. Like, hey, be careful with the tiny desk when you really sometimes don't realize that you kind of just a target for the tiny desk. It's like,
bro, I gotta tell you this too. I'm gonna cut you off, but man, with the Beatles,
no, you good.
The Beatles are like the biggest artists there's ever been. Your Beatles are like one of the biggest artists that were ever made.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Dude. So everyone was like, Cliff, you need to check out the Beatles, and I'm like, well, I've heard some of their stuff growing up, but I don't really recall everything. I'll look into it. So I type in the Beatles. I'm, looking through some of their catalog and shit. And I'm like, I had a few song requests. I seen that there was some reactions specifically by this one girl and this one guy, like a couple or something. I never watched the videos. I just kept seeing them under the Beatles. Just them, nobody else. So I did like maybe 7 Beatle reactions.
Yeah.
Every single one of them got blocked. And I'm like, I go to type them back in to like see if they did the right video. I'm like, but they did it. Why can't I do it? Like, they're like you said, like, I think they're picking and choosing who they want to like be their front runner.
Yeah, bro. The fact that I seen this, and shout out to him because he older now, but I think he was like 15, and I remember specifically, bro. I was on that Cardi B WAP video. I was like, oh, let me check this out because everybody watching it. Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, let's go. I knew it was explicit. I made it transparent. I don't edit none of my videos on That Singer Reaction, but I chopped that up so it wouldn't get. Bro, they blocked the crap out of that. And then I'm looking at this kid who's 15. I'm like, I'm a grown ass man. First of all, like, I'm grown. Like, and I can't watch this. But you trying to tell me maybe they don't understand how old he is. But I'm like, this is a kid, and he can watch this without even pausing it.
Bro, it's so twisted, man. The way. Dude, YouTube even approached me in the beginning when my channel was taking off, and they asked me, it was almost like some type of deal. They were like, would you want to work with us exclusively? Basically saying like you'd have to put out a certain amount of content for a like annual salary. And I told them no. I said, I'm not doing any promotions. I had like I don't want to call out other people, but like I had other companies reach out to me to do promotions. I turned down every single promotion offer I was ever handed because I wanted the channel just to be about no script, off the rip, coming at you with some just
I love that, bro.
no edits, no bullshit reactions in this bitch. That's all I wanted.
Yeah.
And ever since I said no to them, and amongst other people too, it just like as soon as like that happened, I got approached, and then that happened. It just seems like they were like, all right, let's just tank them. Then that's how I felt it happened. And then, like you said, you only had 2 copyright strikes, and how long you been doing this?
6 years now, maybe 7.
Bro, so you've had 2 and 6, 7 years. I've had 60. I've had
That's
60.
Wild, bro.
I've had 60 in a year and 11 months.
And what makes it even worse for you is you get usually permission to even, you know what I'm saying, do some of this stuff, and they will still copy. That's the reason why, bro, like in all seriousness, it's one of the reasons why I was like, okay, I need to say something because this is wild what they doing to him, because they're literally trying to like censor him. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, because I'm a fan of your stuff too. Like I said, I'm AOD. Everybody, like I'm AOD too. Everybody knows, you know, and a bunch of my stuff, when I name reactors, I name Cliff Beats. I love Cliff Beats. You know what I'm saying? Like this was even before you. This was even before you even, you know what I'm saying, got way up there. Like I was like, I like Cliff Beats. You know what I'm saying? He's cool. He's real. I usually can vibe and see how people is. And I was like, I like his channel. I like Bell Development. All that. You know what I'm saying? And when this is kind of what I was, you know, when we was talking about like standing up for people in general. I don't care what it is, if it's a white person, black person, you know what I'm saying, any other culture, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, standing up, you know what I'm saying, and saying something, even if it could affect you, because I'm standing up for you and they could target me next. Oh, he's with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, we're going to dip his revenue. I don't care about none of that. That's not even the issue here. The issue is y'all are doing something terrible to this person. You know what I'm saying? Like punishing him for no reason. I have a big platform, and we need people to see it. You know what I'm saying? We need people to see it. It's not about sitting there in silence. Well, it ain't me. Yeah. I ain't shit. It ain't nothing happening to me. I ain't gotta do nothing. No, that's like my brother. I'm literally gonna say something. I don't like what they doing, bro. Like it's wild. It's wild.
No, I appreciate that too, man. Like, you know, you and quite a few others went out on a limb, and you know, a lot of people talk the talk, like because you know, obviously you've been following for a while. I've been battling them for over a year. You know, I posted about it. I made jokes
Twitter,
about it. Everything.
Tweets about it, everything. I seen the copy and the screenshots of you posting what they said to you, and I remember I don't know if you seen me when I even tagged the YouTube people, like, I can't believe y'all like doing this, blah, blah, y'all need to get it. Like I was even tagging the YouTube team.
Oh yeah, Team YouTube. Yeah.
I was tagging them when you posted that. I'm like, bro, like how y'all doing him like this? This is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
And like, here's the thing too, is like, I don't want it. Like, this is the thing too, is like, I don't want people to be like, oh, well, you know, or think I'm trying to make it all by myself. You know, like you said, like you seen it happen to me. You felt, you know, like you had to do something.
Nice.
Anthony felt the same way. You know, Knox even hit me up, like, make a video. We kind of lost touch. He's been busy putting out projects right now. He said, make a video, send it to me. I'll put it on my channel. We just couldn't make it happen. He was busy with his shit. I was busy with my shit. And then like all the other people who were supposedly supposed to back me up kind of just faded off. And I don't blame them. It's totally fine. Nobody's responsible for anything. But the reason why I'm even speaking up and I'm doing this is because if I am gone and then they start picking, we'll say this, pick Anthony Ray next, or then they pick you next, or then they pick Knox, because Knox was even telling me like, yo, they're starting to hit my shit, bro.
Everybody.
You know? And he's like, bro, like he's like, did you talk to Shaq? And I was like, no, I haven't. He's like, bro, like I talked to Stevie. Stevie's numbers are down. Like everyone's numbers are Just Jen Reacts. She got hit with like, I forgot, it was like 19 or 30 like copyright disputes for Tom McDonald's songs from ad revenue by a third party, a fake ad revenue company.
Wow, that's
crazy. She was like, what do I do? Like I hopped on a FaceTime call with her on Instagram. I got to meet her wonderful son as well, and I was telling her, I said, dude, that's a fake company. I said, tell them to take you to court. I said, that is 100. I talked to Tom, and Tom said, I don't know who that is. The only person he's ever dealt with is TuneCore, and he works with Nova. Like they don't claim their
right. Yeah. One thing I know about him, Tom McDonald, even though I don't, you know,
I know. Yeah.
You know, I don't mess with him, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
I do know that he does a lot of stuff just independently, him and his girl, like, you know what I'm saying? So for them to like try to throw copyright strikes on y'all, especially when you and Tom talk, is kind of wild to me. You know what I'm saying? Like he gives y'all permission to do this stuff. So a lot of these artists love their stuff, you know what I'm saying, being recognized and looked at, you know what I'm saying? It's free promotion. You know what I'm saying? It's free. They don't need us, you know what I'm saying? But it's just free. It's free promotion. You know what I'm saying? It's like we got a big audience looking at us, you know what I'm saying? And that's how it was with the John Farnham stuff. It's like, yeah, if SME throws copyright, you know, blocking my stuff, it's like, do y'all know I just made the news for this same thing that y'all actually don't want me to see?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy, bro, how they just trying to censor people. And they doing everybody like that. So
I know, and like I don't know if I was telling you about that. I was telling a few people, I'm like, yo, like everyone was like, oh, well, when you come back, just make this certain type of content. I'm like, that's fine. I was like, but if I even come back, but like, what if in 2025 they decide any videos with you wearing a blue shirt aren't acceptable? You just lost however many videos of you wearing a blue shirt because they don't want you having a blue shirt. And it's just like, well, maybe I wore a blue shirt 1,000 times. Like I can't predict that shit.
Yeah, it's like times have changed. So y'all are literally, shout out to you, the real A-Dog. Shout out to you, I heard. Hold on. Arto for kicks. Say
the real A-Dog, yeah.
Okay. The YouTube is trying to get rid of US music reaction channels and they are killing our views. This is just pathetic. It is.
Well, they actually, when I spoke to a representative from internal, this is when shit gets escalated and they start talking to you personally through email.
I remember you that telling me, yep.
Yeah, I told you already that they said, I think this person slipped up and they said, we're getting ready to phase out music review channels. And I said, what did you just say? And they tried to like clean it up. And I was like, no, I was like, I have this on email. You can't delete an email. Like you just said, you're phasing out a huge part of your community. Like, what do you mean? You have to make some type of an announcement so people can make adjustments to their platform. Maybe they have to go start making content about their dog or content about their life or content about playing a video game or, you know, that's why I even switched up. I was like, dude, I'll start gaming with my boy a little bit. I want to help him out. Like he's really video gaming. I was like, I'll help him out. And then I'll also do these like random podcasts and talk about random shit. And it's like, I started doing that. I started making a little bit less reactions. They went back through all my old shit and just clipped the hell out of me. But even A-Dog, like he's just saying right now, like I'm sure he's a reactor as well.
Yeah,
I've talked to him before, and he's a dope dude, and I'm sure he's even I think everyone's encountering it at this point, man.
Facts. Dude, you know how you get the green arrow and revenue and all that stuff? When it ticks up, it shows you like if your stuff is going up, it's a green arrow. I ain't seen a green arrow in I don't know how long, bro. My stuff has been gray with an arrow pointing down for a minute,
bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like.
My shit was fluctuating. So remember when it would tell you like, it'd be like, hey, you made this many videos this month. You made this many videos last month. So there was one point where it was like, oh, your recommendation is down like 400% or 300%. I was like, my recommendations are down. They were like, they said you produced less videos this month than your average. So your recommendation is down. Obviously the grayness, it was whatever. So I clicked it. And I was like, how many videos did I make? I was like, what is that? I usually do like 20 a week at the least. So you get like, you at least get 100 a month videos from me pretty much.
Fact. That's fire too, by the way.
I try my best, man. Sometimes it's lower, sometimes it's higher, but it was like, instead of making 80, I made 79. I'm like, how does one video produce a 400% drop off in my recommendations? That makes absolutely no sense,
bro.
Then they took away. They took away that. They don't have that anymore where it shows you how much you were recommended after I complained about it.
What?
Go look and try to see if you see how your videos are being recommended.
Bro, this is exactly why me, you, other reaction channels, I'm even hoping like No Life Shaq, because to me, like I said before, I don't watch a whole lot of his stuff, but I got respect for him. And No Life Shaq also, I feel like kind of showed a bunch of reactors that you can, like I said before, that you can make it as a reactor. But what they're doing to reactors now, you know what I'm saying, is absolutely completely wild. And actually, I'm seeing this even on people that's not even a reaction channel, where YouTube is doing something to just drop people's views. Like they're messing their views up. there's something going on with the company. I don't know who arguing with who, if you done pissed the boss off and they just hitting buttons on everything and say, you know what, screw all y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what's going on, but what's going on, Anthony?
It's the majestic beards. He keeps talking about my beard.
The majestic beard. Oh yeah, I almost forgot I had when I had to trim mine up, bro. My shit was looking real like.
It happens overnight, right?
Weird,
you wake up
bro.
in the morning like, yo, what the fuck just happened overnight,
bro.
man?
I was like, but shit, what's going on, Anthony Ray? That's my boy. I love him, man. Super fire.
Yeah, he's cool. You gotta check out our podcast too.
I'm looking at that literally after this because I'm watching the WWE Royal Rumble tonight.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that coming on tonight.
I'm watching that, so my boys and all them, they coming through. We all watching it and stuff later. But I was like, yeah, man. I'm like, I need to get myself together. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely wanted to do this. But like I said before, it's just kind of crazy how it's affected so many people. And I think all of us, if enough of us stand up and speak, they got it. It's okay. It's sort of like ripping up. Okay, I don't like this, right? I'm not big on the violence and the looting and all that stuff, right? But it's like doing that in YouTube form. You know what I'm saying? Like we're marching in YouTube form. You kind of get what I'm saying? Like, we all stand up enough, eventually you'll hear us. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how you got people that protest on the football field and they do this and this and this and this because they want the government and all of them to see what's going on. Like you need to listen. You need to see this.
Let me interject. Sorry, I'm gonna cut you off. And that's also for police brutality for anybody who has something to say. And it's not for other reasons. That's for police brutality specifically. But go ahead. Sorry, I hate
police brutality. Exactly. That just to make that super clear. And it's black and white people joining in unity.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because of that reason.
It's all people. It's all people.
All people
just being mistreated.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and you know.
But I mean, let's keep it a buck though. I mean, like we talked about this already. Like black people are 100% targeted. I mean, I've watched it happen to my boys growing up my entire life. You know, I told you when I did that Bergen reaction and he was talking about being profiled and shit. I'm like, dude, like as a white person, you're not profiled half as much, not even 80%. Like I said, I've sat there and they've handed me a water or a Sprite while my boys are getting beaten. And I'm like, dude, like, I don't want your fucking drink, dude. Like, stop. What the fuck are you doing?
Right.
Like, oh, we're running. Oh, he might have a warrant. I'm like, he might have a warrant. What do you mean he might have a warrant, dude? Maybe I have a warrant.
That's it, right? That's what people don't understand. There's a large group of people who just don't get it, and I don't know if they want to act dumb or they just really, really don't get it or are not educated enough on the situation. But it's like me and you discussed. It's like you look at me and you. Let's say a casual viewer just comes on here and sees us, right? They disrespectful as hell, right? they just disrespectful as hell in the comments, and you ask them right now, which one of us you think drinks a lot, smokes weed, do all this, as a thug, got a gun, all this stuff, right? Now, they don't know either one of us. 100% they're going to look at me and say me. 100%. Because my skin color, they attach us to that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you might not have any of these things, but they don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they might literally...
No, you're right. I don't have any of those
things. What I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, what makes you think, like, even with struggle, what makes you think that Cliff hasn't been through what I've been through? What if he's been through more than what I've been through? You know what I'm saying? We both grew up in the ghetto. You grew up in Chicago. Chicago. What is it? Downtown Chicago? Southside. Yeah. Southside Chicago. That's crazy. What you can't wear red out there and
you can't. Well, you have your hat tilted around. It don't matter. You could do. Like, I don't say this in the wrong way. I mean, like you could just be dry. You know, I mean, I'm stumbling all over my words. I have so much to say right now. Like, I mean, you have rappers and people literally talking about certain streets in Chicago that you shouldn't be going down. I mean, like I hear these songs and they're just repeating the streets and people are singing the lyrics back, and I'm like, you don't know what these streets are, man. These are where if you're just driving and you're just passing through. Somebody can just pick you out for a gang initiation and fucking just shoot you through your window as you're driving by. Yeah. And then if they did that task, they are now a part of that gang. Like,
right.
This is where I grew up at. I love where I came from, but I also recognize that like I had to move a little bit further out of that area. So I didn't where I grew up. I don't live at exactly. I moved a little bit further south to get away from some of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you got to be careful. But then, like, it's weird because on the north side of Chicago, you wouldn't even believe that the south side even exists.
Yeah.
So like,
that's how it is.
It's crazy.
It's the same with us, bro. Like that's how it is with me. Like I've never fully got like I'm not living where there's people shooting dice on the corner no more. You know what I'm saying? Like
crap's going on. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm in a cool neighborhood, but I'm in Western Hills, which is, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Jonah, man. Like I'm in that area where it's still ghetto around. There's this area called McHenry that I used to live on. It's completely the most hoodest place, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. This is when I was on Section 8 because I was on that, you know what I'm saying? And I was going through that whole thing. I let that go, by the way. You know me.
I've been there. I know what it's like to go through that shit.
I'm keeping it super 100 with y'all. Like I was on Section 8 and
okay.
I'm literally like, I let that go because the government was just too much in my business. I was like, God damn, I can't have a microwave in here without y'all thinking that it's like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? So it was to that point. But I remember when I got that Section 8, I remember they give you a voucher and then you got a certain amount that you can use towards a house or utilities or whatever. You know
groceries,
what I'm saying?
Utilities, house, everything. Yeah,
all that stuff. So when I moved in there on McHenry, let me just explain this. This is about to be funny as hell. Ready?
Run it.
So McHenry, it was a big apartment. It was surrounded kind of like by woods.
Mm-hmm.
I have never been so uncomfortable when it came to bugs. That was my first time seeing a tarantula in the hallway.
Oh, shit.
We don't got no tarantulas out here.
Yeah,
like,
no.
You know what I'm saying? We don't have tarantulas or nothing. When I seen this, I want to remind you, bro, that even when I had my apartment, I didn't even stay in it. It was empty because I had a big twin size mattress hole in my ceiling, bro.
Oh my God.
Right?
Man.
So I'm contacting the slumlord. This is just funny. Now I'm just telling you. I contacted the slumlord and she says, okay, he's on his way to Home Depot now. How do you tell somebody they're on their way there and you don't hear from them in another 2 years?
Yeah, that's how it is, man. Slumlords, dude.
Bro, I was on the 4th floor. She said, can you just sleep in the other room? Hell no, I ain't going in, bro. It's raccoons and all that stuff running around. On the top floor, I'm hearing little scratches and stuff. I said, bro, I'm not coming back here.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just let my Section 8 go, bro. I was like, I'm through. I don't want anything to do with like that part of the assistance. It's not what it's cracked up to be. You know what I'm saying?
No, and like when you grow up too, like when you grow up in the inner cities or areas like where we grew up too, like everybody says, oh, just lace your boots up, just stand up, be firm, work hard. It's like not everybody starts off at the same level.
Yeah.
Most of us don't have our parents, especially when you come from, we don't have our parents, or we have one parent and that one parent's working 3 or 4 jobs. If you do have both parents, typically, there's some other shit going on that's affecting us. Our schools aren't the best. We do not get the best education at all. You're more worried. Like me, I was more worried about getting jumped, shot, and stabbed more than English, math, or science.
Facts.
Like, I couldn't focus on that when I'm too busy, worried about something else happened over here. One of my boys getting killed, and I got to go to a funeral when I'm 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's a totally different experience. And then you get out into the real world and you go to the north side, like for me, and I see people my age and they're vibrant, they're killing it, they got all this shit. And I'm like, I could write songs, but like I got all that trauma built in me that I'm fucked up for life and I'll never be able, but I guess grass is always greener, because when you go through hard times like that, it builds character. And then if you ever go back to times like that, you'll find a way to survive if you go back, because you've been there before. But if somebody all the way at the top ever goes through like a really big pitfall to that far of a rock bottom, the chances of them climbing back out is slim, because they've never been there before. So
right. Exactly.
I really don't want to complain about it, because it made me who I am today, to be honest with you. So
facts.
Yeah, it's just crazy though.
Yeah, you're right about that, bro. Like I literally, bro, I've never been in no situation where I was able to stop a job to do something that I love to do full time, just for us to get screwed over. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even graduate. I quit school. You know what I'm saying? Like in the 12th grade. You know what I'm saying? Like right when like it wasn't during 12th grade. It was like I've already passed the 11th. I'm going to the 12th. Yeah, I need to get a job. You know what I'm saying? Like so I can really help out. Like you know, financially, it has always kind of been a struggle for me. Always. There was never a not paycheck to paycheck way that I've always had to live.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It was always like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I'm more big on trying to save up and do this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm always looking out for some of my family, you know, and stuff like that. And like I said before, when my dad passed away, my dad was with me all the way up until my age now. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of rare for a lot of people my age. I'm 34 years old. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, usually you're gone. You know, you're not with your parents. You know, you're probably in your own place and all that stuff. No, my dad has been in everywhere I've moved, in every place, all the way up until his death. You know what I'm saying? So,
he's still with you though, but I hear what you're saying. But he's still with you.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, and he is, bro. He been playing with lights and shit. I'm like, dude, just let go ahead and rest, bro. Like I don't need you playing with no lights and stuff, bro. I'm cool. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But you know, death. You know what I'm saying? And like you was mentioning, like you said your friend passed away or something at 14 or something like that.
I've had a few, throughout my like grade school, high school years. Yeah, man, it's hard to concentrate on that when you got people that that befriended you and accepted you in an area, where you're like, I got picked on for having white skin. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it doesn't matter it depends on where you grow up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't like that either. You know what I'm saying? And I speak up about that as well. I feel like that speaking up for what's right and what's wrong should be something that you should do regardless. It's the same thing I did with Knox when somebody attacked him for saying, he has no right to criticize the game because he's not black. That's the most BS thing I've ever heard. And and I'm like, come on, that's stupid. Like, we cannot get dumb. You know what I'm saying? When we're talking about certain issues, you know what I'm saying? Like, you trying to make this a political thing. All he doing is breaking down bars that he hears. Like, am I loud as hell? I feel like I'm screaming.
No, you're good. You sound good.
Cool. Crystal like, clear. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
he said, I feel like I'm screaming.
Like, I don't know why I felt like I was screaming for a minute. Like, I hope I didn't nobody.
Someone clipped that. That was so good. He said, like, I felt like I was screaming.
Oh, bro, like I felt like I was yelling for a second. Oh, you said Knox laughs too? Yeah, shout out to Knox. But yeah, it's just like, that's the same thing with the Knox thing. It's like when you see something that is right and what's wrong, it's like, speak out about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna, if something bad is going on, I'm not about to completely cover myself because of this money. I told people and my supporters know this from the jump. I said, I will never in my life sell out for views. I will never do it. I will never do it. And I'm not saying sell out in terms of, oh yeah, I'm going to support, my people to the end. It's not about that. That has nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? It's about just standing up for something that I see that is going right and what's going wrong. If it's wrong, then it's this. I knew for a fact that I had a couple racist supporters, or no, well, they wouldn't be supporters, but racist people in my subscribers thing, so I knew exactly how to weed them out. I posted Black Lives Matter.
Yeah,
I did that on purpose. I did that on purpose because I knew that was going to run them away. And it was just a little tactic that I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how it is. I was like, I'm never about, I can stay where I'm at, bro. 149K. I can stay there. I don't care about the popularity. No, you know what I'm saying? As you know, Cliff, I was doing this for 4 years, not even realize I can turn my monetization on. That's my dumb ass.
When we first met, that was like the first thing you said to me. You go, you know what, man? You were like, shit, it's crazy. I'm so happy for your success. You're like, but I've been doing this shit for like 4 years, and I just realized now I can turn my monetization on. I
didn't even know, bro. I was doing this for fun. Literally, just literally going out there doing it, bro. And for 4 entire years, I was already past 1,000 subscribers. You could turn it on after that. After I didn't even, bro. I'm up here just doing this, and I was like, hey. Like a dummy. Hey, why is YouTube not paying me money? What's going on? Like a dummy. oh, they was like, what, YouTube ain't cut you no check? This what one of the my boys told me. And I was like, nah, they ain't cut me no check. I was like, how do you get paid? He was like, wait a minute, hold up. Like, he was like,
mind blown.
Yeah, he was mind blown. He was like, you ain't got none of your stuff turned on? I was like, no, how do you turn it on? He was like, oh my God, dude, go to your like YouTube settings and turn your monetization on. Everything, turn it on. Like, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that. So that's why I haven't gotten a check in 4 years. Like, it's like crazy.
That's
but
so crazy. And you know what? You said something else too a minute ago about like how you're never gonna sell out and shit. Like, all right, so here was one of my biggest things. Is I'm the same way, obviously. You know, I turned down every promotion and shit. I rock with you. I fuck with you the same way because I'm gonna speak up on what's real, what's not real, and I'm not. There's no way I can't sell out. I already feel guilty that I did being a songwriter. But it's like I felt guilt and then I didn't until I fell in love with it because I wanted to be that artist on the stage. But then as I got older, I realized I didn't want the fame and shit. So when I started YouTube, you know, and people were giving me flack for catching too many bars. Like, oh, you already heard this before. This is, and I would tell people if I heard something like, well, I've heard this before, but I didn't hear that before. Like, I would find myself explaining myself, and I didn't put in my title what it was that I did. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should start letting people know. Because I even asked my label, I was like, could I do that? They were like, yeah, it's fine, but like, we don't think you should have a channel, but it should be fine. So I just put it in my title, let people know, like, this is why I'm going to catch some stuff a little bit faster than most people. And yeah, people were giving me shit for it, like, oh, you know, you're not a real ghostwriter, you're not this, you're not that. Like, where's your mansion? Where's your fancy cars? Like, we just talked about like where we came up, where we grew up. We don't need much.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was telling Anthony, I said, you know, like, what do I need to do? Like, because I told Anthony, I said, like, if it does go to court, I do have some type of fuck you money to throw at them. Not to brag, but I'm saying like that's why I'm not afraid to do it. And then I said, like, I drive a Camry. I live in a 2-bedroom condo. Like, I grew up sleeping on a floor with cockroaches with no bed. I would take couch cushions and wrap them in a fucking sheet.
talk.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, there would be times where I'd take garbage bags and I'd sleep with those sometimes. That's how I grew up, you know. So like, I don't need shit. So people had this big misconception with being an industry ghostwriter. You know what I'm saying? For all you know, I've written a million hit songs, but for all you know, I wrote one catchy jingle for McDonald's. You don't know shit, but people create this assumption in their head. You know what I'm saying? And it was just crazy when I first came on here, like all the flack I was catching. But I started to let it go, and I just I did my own thing, man. And I'm glad I did. But yeah, it's just crazy how, like you said, people just they'll subscribe to even hate or just to like come into your comment sections, and you got to weed them out. You know, you got to weed them out.
Yeah, you got to weed them out, like you said, man. And like you said, all those things is something that I've seen. Like I said before, I'm a big fan of your channel. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, bro.
You know, I know you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, we really, really cool. You know what I'm saying? We boys. Yeah. But even that aside, you and Bill Development, Bowser Reactions, Anthony Ray, I'm a fan of y'all, you know, stuff. And, you know, I've always found it weird when people be like, they'll thank me so much for having a good reaction. And I always got to let people know that this is a reaction. It's a reaction, meaning this is my first time reacting to it. So a reaction might not be what you want me to react, like, or how you want me to react. It's my reaction. I remember I was watching this one, I don't even remember what it was, but I was like this.
It happens, bro.
And that's my reaction to it. And I was like, well, it wasn't bad, but I don't really have a reaction to it. It didn't, you know how I am. I'm a very, when I hear notes and stuff, because I'm a singer, you know what I'm saying? And when I hear somebody hit a note, I'm like, oh, come on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pointing, and I'm very dramatic because this is how I am in real life. When I'm watching The Voice, American Idol.
Oh, I know you got energy, bro. I see you in person. You got
energy, what I'm saying? Right.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm literally like that, period. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing about me fake at all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, this is exactly how I am off camera, on camera, when I'm playing Fortnite, when I'm playing Call of Duty. This is exactly how I am. I'm the same way on there. Like I said, I'll give people an example. I remember, because there's a lot of racism even in the video game world too. You know, you can enter a lobby. Dude, yeah. You know, now the crazy thing about it is you don't even gotta see me. You don't know what I look like. I could be a white dude. You know what I'm saying? But I had the gamer tag. Did I tell you this already? I had the gamer tag Kobe. So when I showed up in the Call of Duty lobby, we was in Rust. We was in Rust. And you know Rust, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
And I remember this one dude, these two dudes that I'm assuming are white. I don't know. But it was like, oh crap, we got the hard N on our team.
Yeah.
And me, I don't get offended at nobody from the internet. Okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't about to say that to my face. Like, but he said the hard R. And so I was like, yes, it is I'm here. Like, like I'm playing back with him, which was making him so much more madder. Then they kept calling me the N-word. Now one of my best friends, Dustin, shout out to you, Dustin. He was in the lobby with me and he's defending me, and me and him both like playing with them. And I was like, they're clearly, I don't know, maybe 17, 18. I don't know. They're just kind of letting racism and racist words fly. I mean, they called me every single thing that's offensive to a black person, right? Or even white people for black people, like everything that you would get mad for, right? So I was like, bro, keep talking and I'm running into bullets. Right. So he kept talking and I was running. I said, oh man, we just got killed. Our team down. I said, all right, man. Well, I'm about to run into this bullets. I'm going over in enemy territory. Good luck. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he got so mad, bro. He was like, screw your grandmother, dude. Like he just started going off, bro. And I'm like, hey, I'm not about to argue with you or fight back with you. So I know how to upset you. This game clearly means a lot to you. So I'm just gonna make us lose.
Yeah, man. People don't realize, like you said, maybe they just don't know. Maybe I think a lot of people just don't grow up in a area that's just so diversified, and they're not like. I don't know how to word this, man. Like you have to live it. You have to live in it and be a part of the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like unless if you and I don't want to say I can't blame them because they should learn because we're all one human race. But at the same time, if you're not growing up around it, you're not seeing it. Like, you know, like how you said, like, you're not going to say that shit to my face.
Yeah.
Whereas like when I grew up, my boys would make me say the word so they could laugh at it because a white boy's saying it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they would be like, if you don't do it, we're going to beat the shit out of you. And I'm like, no, man. Like, you know, but it's different. It's different. But, you know, until... Man, it's just so crazy how you can just look at someone's skin color from any culture, and you're just gonna have a general idea either from your parents or from what you've seen on TV or the news, whatever it is, and you're just gonna make this general assumption of who that person is off of what you've heard. But you have no idea. They could be the nicest person in the world that could fucking save your life or be the next biggest business venture for you, and you're gonna judge them just on how they look. Like, it's crazy, dude.
Yeah. Like I told you, people look at me, they don't know that I've never drank. I don't smoke weed. I've never done any of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and you would think like, oh, well, somebody has done that. You know, everybody has done it. No, I haven't because I have, you know, anxiety and stuff like that. And I'm also a metaphobic. So it's like a fear of, I've shared this with my supporters, but it's a fear of like puking. It's something that I'm not really afraid of, but it's something that my body is or my brain is telling me like, hey, it's a dangerous thing and it's not dangerous. You know, it's something that I can't control. So that's why I have to take, you know, medicines and medication for certain things. You know, it's gotten a lot better, by the way, you know what I'm saying, where I'm able to control things on my own, you know what I'm saying? But that's always been a struggle since I was a kid. And that was the reason why it stopped me from doing so many things. It stopped me from becoming a singer, you know, professionally. It stopped me from going on stages. It stopped me from doing all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to try for American Idol since the first season. I've always wanted to do different. Well, probably not the first season. I don't know how many years ago that was, but yeah, that was like, I'm like, I don't know. I was probably like 12 or something, but yeah, like I've always wanted to try for American Idol. You know what I'm saying? And just my mental state has never been in a situation where I'm like, dang, I don't think that I would be able to go on this. And everybody's like, dude, you can sing, you know, you need to do something about it. And I'm like, what? I don't know how, if I'm even going to be able to get this out. You know what I'm saying?
When you like me and you talked about that when we were talking personally. And I remember when I brought it up, you were like, holy shit, like we got to go back a minute. Because I told you my anxiety started with the same thing. I didn't know what it was called.
Yeah.
But my first fear when I was like 7 years old was being sick or throwing up in front of a classroom. And I don't know why, but it would literally give me this impending doom or stupid fear that it went from that, and then it turned into my heart stuff when I got older, and then that's what it spiraled into. But yeah, man, I totally get it. I know where you're coming from, and like you said, like, okay, like maybe I have this ability, and like that's kind of where I realized too was like when I got signed, dude, I was drinking heavily, so I was masking all my anxiety. I was able to go perform on stage. I was able to do battles. I was able to do all this stuff. When I got sober, I had to relearn everything all over again.
Oh, wow.
So there was like an 8-month process where like I didn't write anything for almost a year. It was like 8 months. And then like I finally, like my label was like, yo, like if we're gonna renew your contract, you need to give us some material that we're gonna have to let you go. And I was like, fuck, like, all right, like let me get back, into it. Cause I talk about this on my channel is not only am I a songwriter, I'm the type of person that like if I sit still, I get bad anxiety. So I've done everything from while being a songwriter, I've delivered pizzas, I've bartended, I became a real estate broker, I invest in real estate, I've opened businesses, I got a recording studio.
I see you, bro.
Bro, I mean, I can't sit still because the moment I sit still is when I get the anxiety and shit like that. But I've never just had one thing. So even now, like with YouTube, people are like, oh, well, ghostwriting must not be going good if you're on YouTube. I'm like, what do you mean? I write every single fucking day. As soon as I log off, I'm headed to the studio.
Yeah.
My mic is right behind me.
Yeah. You busy? Yeah, when you busy when I even hit you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, like you said, work never stops. You know what I'm saying with you. You know what I'm saying? And you touched on that something, and it actually helps me realize things a little bit more with the mental stuff, because how you were saying you can't just sit still, and I realized after you said that, like, sometimes that is the spawn of how my anxiety happens. What was it? Just the other day, bro. Something weird happened. Like it was like I had a dream about my dad, right? And I don't mean to jump out back into the sentimental stuff.
Go ahead, bro. Go on.
But yeah,
It's me and you.
Yeah. I had a dream about my dad, and I fell asleep. I was watching some dumb scary movie that the camera was shaking. It was stupid. But I was watching that on the couch, and I just fell asleep on the couch. And I remember I had a dream about my dad, and the dream was just normal. It was just me coming in the room, playing the game with him. It was normal. What got me was I woke up and I didn't know if my dad was alive or not for about 30 seconds. I looked around like, because I couldn't figure it. You know how sometimes when you wake up, you can't process where the hell you at. Like, wait a minute, hold up. Like, there's a VCR here. It's some weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was
disorientated.
Yeah. Like for 30 seconds, I did not know if my dad was alive or gone. And then after the 30 seconds was up, and I was like, oh wow, he's gone. Like it hit me. It almost like it hit you over. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like it hits you over because it was like, oh wow, I was just living, with him. I see him every second, and he's just not here. It's just wild. You know what I'm saying? It's wild to me.
It's crazy that you said that too, because I've had that as well, and I think that just might have to do with our brains just overproducing shit, man. Because there's been times like my grandparents on my dad's side pretty much raised me during the summers and shit, or like Christmas. I'd go out to Missouri. There's a little small town in Missouri. My mom would send me out there because keeping me around the hood. And the middle of the summertime is the worst thing in Chicago. You don't want
right.
Summertime Shy is beautiful, but down on the south side, like 600 killings a weekend.
Oh my god, yeah,
it's fucking ridiculous. But there was one night, my grandparents have passed away now for a while, and this maybe happened during COVID. I don't remember, but
I'm sorry to hear about that, bro.
Oh, it's okay. We all lose. Life's about learning how to lose, man. I love them. They're still with me too. But yeah, I fell asleep, and in my dream, I was back at that house, and like I had like this. They gave me like my grandfather had this back bedroom that it was like his like man cave. Yeah. But when I came into town, he would set it up for me, so I had a bedroom because he knew I never had a bedroom. I slept in a closet basically.
Right.
So he would set me up with a nice little bedroom when I go out there, and in my dream, I was like at the house. It was like a full day in my dream. And I woke up and I was all disoriented. I was like, where am I at? And like, I was like seeing where I was at, but I was also still like seeing parts of the house. Yeah. And I was like, my grandparents, I even said, like, I said her name, I call her Gran. I said, Gran? I was like saying it out loud, like, Gran, are you here? And like, nobody was answering me. Like I got up and I was like kind of like just shaking up, and I was like, it started coming. Like I started like realizing, I was like, holy shit, like that was just a dream, but it felt so real.
Yeah, it was so real, bro.
I was like, dude, like, and I had, like you said, I had to process it all over again. Like I missed the house, I missed them, I missed their energy. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, holy shit. But then again, maybe we were just blessed in that moment to have that energy around us in our sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how to really put it into words, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, you're right about that, man. And that's why, bro, I appreciate like our supporters so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when my dad passed away, I had so much love and support, you know what I'm saying, just pouring in, you know what I'm saying? Because my dad passed away October 17th, I believe it was.
Yeah, I think I hit you up, but yeah.
You I think you did. You hit me up, I believe. You hit me up. Anthony hit me up. Bell Development hit me up. It was a whole bunch of people that hit me up.
And you lost your grandmother too.
And then I lost my grandma. I lost my grandmother in December.
Yeah.
So it was just awkward. It was just wildly insane because I've never lost, you know, and I hate people when they say that. I don't care how true it is. They, you know, they tell me like, somebody told me after I lost my grandmother, they was like, yeah, that's so sad. They said, you know, death come in threes though. Stop telling me that. Like, I don't want to hear that I'm about to lose somebody else because you believe death come in three. Okay, whatever. That's cool. Like, but you ain't gotta like tell me that. Like, oh, expect another one. I've already lost. I made a whole video about he was 21 years old. I worked with him, took him under my wing. That was the first big time I've ever felt discrimination at my job. And I'm gonna put them on. I'm gonna put them on blast. I'm about to put them on blast. Kroger's. Shout out to y'all, Kroger's.
Ooh, let's go. Get them, Kroger's.
Kroger's. It was some discrimination that was going on. I can't expect a return there now. But I'll
show up for you. I got you.
But it needs to be said. And I pointed this out to him. I remember I called him my little brother. His name was Shamil. And he came through the door. He got discriminated immediately. He was a young guy, tattoo on his neck. He had a little box cut, skinny guy. He was a very, very cool kid. And I took him under my wing because I knew that we had a night leader that was very, very much prejudiced against Black people. Every Black person that was in there besides me, he chased out of there in some kind of capacity. And I've told every boss that we've had this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of the managers that we've had didn't know this about him. You know, so, and I won't say his name. I won't say his name because he worked or whatever, but
respect.
But I remember I told Shamil, I was like, Shamil, come in this aisle and work with me because he's picking on you for no reason. He's looking for every little thing you do so he can try to report it and get you out of here. So work with me. So because I was kind of like that guy who took charge, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, my boy Dustin, if he's in here, or anybody else, any of my other friends, they could tell you that's how it was at Kroger's. Like, if it was an issue, I would go there and be like, why is this like this? How did y'all catch him on camera playing around, but you can't see what happened when violence was endured towards my other Black friend? What happened when my friend he got blackballed in the system because he said, get off me, N-word. Not the hard R, but the regular one. Now, he's Black.
To one of his boys? Was it to somebody like? Was he?
That was one of my boys. He was just an employee. But what happened was the boss grabbed something from him, and he was doing basically it was violence. He put his hands on him, and they punished. What she told me is this. Well, we can't have him saying the N-word. You know, he's Black, and he said, "Get off me." Whatever. I said, okay, that's cool. I was like, I understand that. You don't tolerate it. What about the one that put his hands on him too? You fired my boy. That's cool. Yeah, I don't like the N-word. I get it. Whatever.
But that's natural instinct. So
right. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? You 100% right. What I was telling her is I see your point. My point is y'all don't tolerate violence or people putting their hands on them. Why did y'all punish him and didn't punish this guy?
Yep.
That was my whole issue. And I said, this is what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just blackball him from the system because he said the N-word. You justified that, you made sense of it. Whatever, cool. You know what I'm saying? He can't say it. I understand that, and I respect it. But you didn't touch him. You didn't say a word to him. You didn't suspend him. You let him come back to work, and he put his hands on him. He didn't. The Black guy didn't put his hands on him. He put his hands on the black guy.
So it was a white dude. It was a white dude.
It was a white dude, and there was a black dude. Yeah, and he was an older white guy too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you already know.
You know, and it was just like, why are you not? I understand that you fired my friend because he said the N-word. Y'all don't. That's cool.
Yeah,
I get it, but y'all didn't do a thing to him.
That's assault.
Both of them should have got fired.
No, 100%. They both should have got fired, or at least if both not fired, both reprimanded, and then like there's some type of like suspension or something. But then both come back, try to work it out. Like you can't just go after one party for saying something that's it's instinct. I don't think people forget that shit. Like they're. It gets me so fucking frustrated, dude.
I know, bro. And that's how it is. And people don't understand that stuff still exists. It's very much still here. It's very much still out in the open. It's still very much, around you. You know what I'm saying? Just like, you have certain people, like I said, white people, it might take them some time to readjust, because you got a lot of white people who say the N-word, not the hard R, but the regular one, because they've grown up around it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You've been raised by a black person. I tell my boy right now, shout out to my boy. I tell him right now, he's raising a little stepson, cute kid, man. And he's a white kid. You know what I'm saying? He has a white girlfriend, and it's just a cute family. I love their family, man. And he always say the N-word around him. And I make a joke. I'm like, all right, Jay, when he grow up, he gonna be saying that heavy. You know what I'm saying? And I tell my friends this all the time. I have some of the greatest white best friends ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we play the stereotyping game. We all have fun because we are close. You
poke fun, yeah.
We poke fun. Yeah. It's a funny thing, But they understand boundaries of outside. Like you could play with me all day because you're my brother. I'm like, I don't know how this person at UDF gonna take it though. Like, like if you get slapped in the mouth, don't get I don't care, but yeah, they do apparently, so
yeah. Now you learn real quick, because like you said, when you grow up around it, you think it's normal. So like even for me, I did as well. I grew up around it. Obviously with all my friends, we're all different, ethnicities and shit like that. Like it wasn't a thing. Nobody even thought about it. But then like when I started going to different areas, I started realizing like, this is when I was 15, 16 years old. Like I shouldn't be saying this. I'm like, why am I so comfortable here? But then over here, like I'm saying, even when I write song lyrics for people, I have to put those words in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not going to lie and say I don't. I have to do it because this is the music they make.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm helping them write it. So I have to recite it back to them. I have to, you know what I'm saying? And it's still a part of me is like, now that I'm older and I'm more mature and I know the history of it, like, I know it's still wrong, but I only do it in a professional setting. And if people are comfortable with it, like even when I'm working with the client, I go, hey, are you comfortable with me reciting this back to you and putting this down on paper so that we don't have any, they're like, oh no, bro, say whatever you want. And I'm like, no, like you gotta understand, like certain people, they don't play that shit, bro. You gotta be really careful, man.
Yeah.
I totally understand it and I respect it. And some people just, and then some people are like, oh, remove the word completely. No one can say this. Like, no, like you don't understand, dude.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that people should get punished, you know what I'm saying, no matter what color you are, for, when you're hearing a song and you say it in a song, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, that's stupid.
They'd be like, you can't say that word. And I'm like, it's in the goddamn song. Like, what are you talking about? It's in the song. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, bro, I'm going to cut you off. I'm sorry, but there was like a prospect quarterback coming out of somewhere. I forgot what I heard on the radio. And he did an Instagram live video of him singing one of 50 Cent's songs, something like that.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then the college actually dropped his scholarship and he wrote like letters out saying like, hey, like I was just singing this by myself. Like I meant nothing derogatory about it, like derogative about it. It's just a part of the song lyrics. And he basically got screwed out of his scholarship. It's like, dude, like, come on. Like we know, like, it's not right. But if you're just by yourself in a car listening to a damn song, dude, you're not trying to harm anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But some people could take offense to it, but I think they got to let go a little bit.
Yeah.
But to take away somebody's life over it, like, come on, dude.
I'm very quick, bro, to check my own community when I see us do something wrong. You know what I'm saying? And that goes back to what I mean by standing up to when you see something right or what's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like if you just see it, you say something about it. And I remember I addressed this on my channel. It was That Singer Discussions. That channel is abandoned now because I don't know how to get the hell back in it, bro. I don't know the password. So I was like, all right, you got to create another channel now, you know. But I spoke about that, and I was like, the title of that was Black People We Need to Talk, because I made one with white people we need to talk. You know what I'm saying? And I addressed both. You know what I'm saying? Because there was things in my own community that I didn't like seeing when it came to white people. You know what I'm saying? You can't tag every white person as a racist, you know what I'm saying, or make them guilty by association because the generation that they had 700 years ago was racist. So we just, you know what I'm saying, we can't do that. You have to just look at a bigger picture. You have to be open-minded, and you have to hear people. You know what I'm saying? The cancer culture is so big and is fragile, or you know what I'm saying, with the way they
people are real sensitive. Yeah, people are real sensitive.
Very sensitive. Yeah. And the media pushes a lot of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I've seen the news and I see how they operate. I was the type of guy that would turn in between CNN and Fox News just so I could see the differences on what they're talking about. And I'm like, wow, look at these two weirdos, bro. Like,
bro, oh man, it's crazy, because there was one video. People are gonna hate me. Some people might hate me for this, but I was being real. Somebody said a lyric, I forgot who it was, about how America wasn't built on slavery, and I was like, that's incorrect. I was like, it was 100% built on slavery,
right?
And
right.
You know, even like, you know, but every ethnicity, every race has been enslaved. The Irish, I'm Irish as shit. We've been enslaved.
I found that out.
You know what I'm saying? Like we've all been enslaved, but just to say that America wasn't built on slavery is bullshit. It was a broad term.
Stupid, yeah.
And then, like, you know, when people bring up like reparations and shit, like I actually do believe some form of reparations are due. Like I don't know what that is. You know what I'm saying? Like the way Native Americans were treated, but like you said, at the same time, like you can't like go singling out somebody who's 18 years old who has no idea of what it was like.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, so there has to be some type of weird balance that needs to be figured out. But
and you know what? And it's up to us to also educate ourselves on a lot of things, because whether it's white people or black people or whoever, we all have that at times unconscious biasness,
100%,
that we don't realize that we have. You know, if a Muslim person comes in and he's wearing a turban, your thoughts are going to be wild, you know, when you first, you know what I'm saying, just keeping it 100.
It's the way we're wired, dude. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And it's up for us to, you know, to educate ourselves. Like, no, we can't do that. It's the same thing where I even had to educate myself, because I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm all the time like, screw 12. I can't stand police. Oh my God. I you know what I'm saying? And it's still screw 12. Yeah, it's like but no,
people don't understand. I'm sorry, I'm gonna cut you off, but people don't understand the shit that people have gone through with the 12. I can say the name if you want, but they don't understand like the lynchings and the beatings and the murders and all this shit is, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, like,
yeah.
So it makes sense why you would say that, but like I've always said, like, look, we do need some type of. We do need police. We do need it, but there needs to be better training. They need to take the whole race thing out of it. Like we need to rewire the way our brains were taught from our older generations. Because even like when I talk to my grandfather about like the neighborhood I live in, he'll be like, "Oh, that was owned by the Polacks. That was owned by, you know, black people. That was owned by the Irish. That was, you know, that those areas were ran." And I'm like, "Grandpa, it ain't like that no more. Like, it's all integrated." And he was like, "Well, it shouldn't be." And I'm like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, dude.
Yeah, it's like, you know what I'm saying? And that's the crazy thing, because there's people still in those times of old. I just watched this Emmett Till movie, and I was actually just shocked by it. First of all, I was like, in my mind, I was like, I wish I didn't watch this. No. You know, because I watched it because I still got a lot of being educated on our black people that I need to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't really know the big story about Emmett Till, about, you know what I'm saying, like that, you know, until I seen it. And I was like, oh my God, that was like a scary movie to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't know that was going on. Hold on, Bill Development said there's an unspoken biases where someone might say, yes, this person belongs here, or yes, this should be equal. But the part that doesn't get spoken is if your thoughts align with that. That's very true.
That's very
Very
true.
true.
Yeah, like I said, we all need to like get.
Yeah.
Maybe it comes down to our educational system. Like maybe like all of our public schooling and private schooling, like maybe stop focusing on trigonometry and stuff we'll never use. Teach us how to do taxes and like build a society together where we all look at each other the same and lift people up who come from these segregated areas that are born without a family or are being raised by their grandparents. You know what I'm saying? Like we need to all like just rewire our brains and learn how to, man, because we're not going to survive without each other. Like hands down, we're not going to survive. I mean, I'm talking about even with China. I'm talking about with Russia. Everybody. Like we all need to come together. If aliens came down tomorrow, we would all somehow come together.
Yeah, I know, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Like, you know,
all of a sudden, everyone's your brother or your sister. But right now, it's like, oh, that person looking in my yard. It's like, who gives a fuck, dude?
Right. Like right now, we have aliens, these big-headed mother. Like, yeah, like we need to all come together and just like, yeah, you're right. It's like don't come together when it's convenient. You know what I'm saying? Like, do it all the time, and that brings us back to, like I said, the YouTube stuff. It's just like we all need to come together because this does not just affect Cliff Beats. What's happening to him, I feel that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is a part of our community. He is our brother. We need to all say something. We can't sit back and say, oh, it's not me. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no different than me. I mean, I guess you could say some differences, but it's no different than me watching, you know, my black brother or white brother get beat outside by somebody. You know what I'm saying? Let's say they get jumped by an entire gang. And will I sit there and watch this person get jumped by 16 people? Like, let's say my white best friend. Will I sit back as a black dude and watch him get jumped by 6 black dudes and not jump in there to get my ass beat with him? Because that's probably what's gonna happen. Is 6 of them. But
you're going down too.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get some. You're gonna eat some stuff on the way down. But I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit there and watch that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is with you. You know, I'm like, Cliff is going through some stuff and we need to say something. You know what I'm saying? That petition was perfect. I was like, there is no way I have a platform. I have 149K. This got to get out to somebody. This has to reach somebody. You got to start tagging other people. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bill Development, Anthony Ray, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Joining in on getting this petition signed, because at some point, you know what I'm saying, YouTube gotta hear us if we make they will only hear us if we make noise. You know what I'm saying? If we don't make no noise, then they not gonna do anything. You know what I'm saying?
The squeaky wheel gets the grease, man. And I was gonna say, dude, like, and I don't want people to think like, yo, like I'm playing some victim card either. Like, look,
nah.
I play a part in this too. Like when YouTube was retaliating against me, I retaliated right back. I don't like bullies. I don't care if you're a conglomerate. I don't care if you're, you know, saying somebody down my street. I don't care who you are. If you're picking on somebody, you're picking on other people, I'm going to say something back and I'm going to put you on blast or make a joke of it. Like there were I was making YouTube shorts that definitely got throttled because these things should have blown up. But it was me playing like an Eminem song of like, you're a big weenie, you're a big meanie. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was like me showing all these strikes. They sent me at 9:34 in the morning. Like, how could one person manually review over 60 videos within 1 minute? Because that person deserves the biggest fucking raise I've ever seen.
On everything. Like, come on, like,
bro.
One person? Yeah, that's crazy.
And then I came back and I did because they sent me more, and I was like, because I'm a criminal. I did that one, and it was just like, you goddamn right. I'm a criminal. And I was just showing even more of it because. And it was only my way of saying, like, okay, you want to fuck with me? I'm gonna show the public what you're doing to me when I'm sleeping or I'm not around my. It's like they know when I'm not around my computer and shit. It's so weird, dude. No, I swear to God, it's like they know when I go to sleep. They know when I'm at the studio, so I can't like access my stuff right away. It's the weirdest.
Crazy.
Dude.
The way they pick with you, bro. It's just something that I haven't seen. I was like, I didn't even get it as bad as you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because even what was happening to me, I remember some of my supporters were like, dude, I think they targeting you. Like something is going. Like I still got like the community posts like from way back. I remember they was like, nah, this is kind of crazy. The moment I posted, it was gone. The moment I posted, it was gone. And I was like, I remember the moment it disappeared, I hit up the community. I was like, bro, did y'all just see that? Because it was public at first. And then it wasn't public no more. It was like blocked. And I was like, bro, did y'all just see that? Like, and everybody was like, yeah, something ain't right. And I was like, everybody else is posting this. Mm-hmm. It was like everybody has this perfectly fine. And literally, it was just happening to me. I was like, this is weird, bro. And it was like 3 back to back, like that it happened to. I was like, now something is going wrong. So when I was seeing what was happening to you, I was like, they really like I don't know. I was like, they act like they know Cliff personally or something. Like must be an ex-girlfriend or something that work up there or something. And
bro, you like, ain't lying.
I don't know what's going on, but
I've even had people be like, yo, like, who did you sleep with somebody over there?
Yeah, like
fucked up, like. And this is, like I said, this is the crazy thing is like when all this shit started going down, like I started reaching out to like Universal Music Group, Sony, I can't go naming names, but Sony Music Entertainment. I mean, every single label you could think of that could throw copyright strikes. They were like, dude, we don't have people that go through YouTube videos and manually claim content. We don't have that kind of time. Like, so whatever YouTube is doing, that's what YouTube is doing. I'm like, well,
that's crazy.
YouTube is claiming that it's you or, your team and your department. They were like, we don't have a team. We don't have like my label. I know they don't have a team, and it's a big label. So it's like, and it'll even be songs that I've worked on. I've gotten copyright strikes on songs that I have written. So that's and I'm like, dude, like, and that's where I'm like, yo, take me to court, take me to fucking court.
Yeah,
because I got the original writing, dude. I have this. I still have some of my songs in frames.
Yeah,
so like, I'll take like the pieces of paper. I have them laminated, and I have them not hung up, but I have them in like a little safe in my storage space. But yeah, man, it's crazy that they were doing this. And like I said, anybody watching, like, dude, don't take it as like I'm a victim. I'm not. I am getting fucked with. But the only reason why I spoke up and I'm really trying to hop on, your podcast, Anthony Ray's, was like, look, if something does happen to this channel, I'm going to miss the hell out of everybody, but I wanted everybody to know that, hey, you AOD, you have somewhere to go, right here. Dominic's a dope ass dude. Anthony Ray's a dope ass dude. Like, I know you guys will take care of them, because they're loyal as hell, dude. They're really great people.
Yeah. And
I mean, I'll be elsewhere, obviously I won't just stop if the channel goes away. I'll be on Patreon. I'll be on fucking, I'm trying to upload a Rumble right now, but that's pretty far right wing. And I don't know. Dude, I didn't know what Rumble was. I had to like sync my videos, and as I was syncing it, it was like Donald Trump. What?
I thought you were talking about the Royal Rumble for a minute. I'm like, Rumble?
No, Rumble is an app like YouTube, but I guess it's like a really far right conservative app that I didn't know.
Okay.
People were like, hey, upload to Rumble. So I was like, fuck it. I might as well go to every platform I can.
Yeah.
And I didn't look at the content. I just started uploading. And all of a sudden, like, I like went to the home screen and it was like, in like big bright letters, it was like, go live now with Donald Trump Jr. speaking out against something. I was like, whoa. I was like, what's going on? What's happening?
Right. Oh, bro. Yeah, that's how it is, man. Like, and that's what I'm gonna do in my videos too, bro. Like I said before, because like I said, I know where you is. I'm letting people know because I spoke about you on the Harry Mack video. And I was telling them, I was like, we all need to do something about this, because the thing is we got a lot of the same supporters. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the people, DJ Turtle, I think, is a fan of me and you both. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been a supporter of us, for a while. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the people that follow you follow me. A lot of the people that follow me follow you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
a lot of synergy. Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's the same. You know what I'm saying? Because we all got that thing in common where, when it comes to bars and stuff like that, we break down stuff. The Harry Mack community has kind of banded us all together. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah.
So that's always been helpful. And like I said before, you just got probably more of a pull because I kind of go way out there with my reactions, like Greece, what I'm saying? Greece and Greek music, so I know I'm like, well, ain't nobody gonna click on this, what I'm saying? Even though it could be dope, It could be
But
dope.
it's fun for you though. You're enjoying it. That's what I'm saying.
These people sing very, very amazing. And then, like I said, and to keep it all the way real, people don't understand sometimes how that is, because I can do an artist, you know what I'm saying? And this artist might not have nothing but 34 views. Now I'm going to do it, and I'm going to, if they can sing and all that stuff, you will get a natural reaction. But some people don't, sometimes they don't understand that, like, this is really not even going to do anything for me. It's not going to boost my revenue up. It's not going to do anything, but it's kind of just a representation of, that's why I'm not here just simply for money and views and all this stuff. I do this for fun. But you also have to remember, I did quit my full-time job to do this full-time. So, during the course of my dad passing away and my grandmother passing away, it's me and my mother now. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my mother to be alone. So it's me and my mother. Yeah. And it was me, my mother, and my father. We all stayed in the same place. And when my dad passed away, we went through that. And then we went through some family drama with my dad's side. I don't even claim them anymore. They're people.
I get it. After someone passes, shit can get a little bit dirty.
Yeah. It's like,
whatever. I get it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, them. So, but yeah, it's just me and my mother now. So I was stuck in between, like, I can't get in front of the camera because I am not here. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
And also stuck with, I'm losing money. And now it's me and my mother and not my father to take care of these bills. You know what I'm saying? So that's where you kind of stuck, like, what do I do? You know what I'm saying? It's like, because I can't, the thing about me is how I am. I'm very upbeat. I'm very dramatic sometimes. I'm very over the top sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you got energy, you got soul, baby.
You know what I'm saying? When I love something, that's kind of how I am. Yeah. So when you don't see that in me, it's recognizable. You know what I'm saying? You can see it. And I had a few people that hit me up and was like, how you doing? Are you doing okay? Because I noticed in your video you looked a bit down. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing cool. That's why I told my supporters in the video, I was like, if I cry, if I look depressed, if I look down, just let it happen. Yeah. Just let it flow in the reaction. You know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of people were sending me sad songs, like, telling me, like, when their dad passed away or mother passed away or grandmother or whatever, this is what I listened to. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, oh man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate them just reaching out. It was amazing, just trying to help me. Sometimes the sad stuff don't.
No, dude, that's one thing. Like, when you're talking about this, I don't mean to jump in here, but there's a thing we do here in the music industry when it comes to making sad songs, well, just songs in general. But we specifically write songs like that for a reason. It's because, just like a dopamine rush, there's also another chemical. My nose is itching. There's another chemical that releases. Like, you ever just, like you said, been sad, and for some reason, like, you're drawn to go listen to more sad music.
Yeah,
you almost just want to, like, wallow in your own self-pity. Like, there's an actual drug that releases in your system. I can't think of the name of it right now, and you actually become addicted to being the victim. That's why you see a lot of people who never get out of that victim mindset. Yeah, so we know that certain songs are going to trigger that when we're writing it. So this is the biggest problem with songwriters. And I never really, whenever I'm on anybody's podcast, no one's ever picked my brain really on it. We are picking a target audience. We know that we are aiming towards women of this age or men of this age that are going through these times and this situation. So we know exactly what we're doing. It's easier than people think, but it's more strategic than people realize at the same time. So those songs, like, be really careful. Like, there was a time when I was going through my, obviously I lost my grandparents. It's not the same as, losing your father, but you lost your grandmother. Either way, losing somebody.
Yeah, somebody. Yeah.
It's tough. Where I know this as a songwriter, but I'm sitting there drinking and I'm going listening to songs that, like, sound like Roses from Kanye West, and I'm sitting there, and he's rapping about losing his grandma, and, like, just lost my grandma yesterday. I'm like, after this, I'm sitting there crying, like, why did I put this song on?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
oh, because I want to wallow in my own self-pity right now, and I want to feel sorry for myself. And
Yeah.
you know, those sad songs, they do help at times, but at the same time, they might feel like they help, but they're actually burying you even deeper. We need to
Yeah.
we need to learn how to like celebrate somebody's life and the time that we did have, you know.
Mhm.
And this is something I shouldn't be saying as a songwriter because
Yeah.
it's not good. You know, it's not good for my business, but I mean, you know, only.
But no, you're right.
But,
You're
yeah.
right. I mean, we learned that with my grandmother, you know, when my grandmother passed away in December, you know, she was getting ready for her to get her foot amputated.
Mm.
That's where we were with her, you know, and we were telling her, like, you a strong lady. This woman has done everything. She has raised my mother and all her boys. I think she was 5 kids after her husband left her, you know, and then she raised my aunt's kids, you know, so and she's been strong. She had a stroke. She's had what is it? I think it's called like 5-way bypass surgery or
Triple bypass, maybe.
Yeah, or something like that.
Something.
Oh, yeah, triple, yeah, or something like that, where they had to, you know, do the open heart surgery. She had that, and she the stroke paralyzed her, so she hasn't been able to talk all the way up until 81. You know, well, she's been able to talk, but you know, she talks, you know, different, you know. So my grandmother has just been a strong woman, just surviving everything. Everything she was hit with in hospitals, she broke. Pneumonia twice, you know, hitting it, everything, you know. So when my grandmother passed, you know, just through the cardiac arrest, that kind of jumped right into my dad's grieving process because we didn't fully get through that. You know what I'm saying? And literally, like I said, with my grandmother, it wasn't, we were all choked up the first day, but we all kept in our minds, like, my grandmother lived a long life. Yeah. She is tired. She has had enough, you know, and she now gets to go up there with her sons and now my dad, you know what I'm saying? Like, and, you know, just, and I said, and I made a joke. I said, oh my God. I said, she about to cuss out her husband when she get up there. I said, she coming right to that door. Yeah. We gotta talk. We need to talk. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, we need to talk. You know what I'm saying? Party's over. But you know what I'm saying? But, you know, like you said, that's just kind of how it is. You know, we celebrated her life. You know what I'm saying? Went to a hall and just had that, you know, repass, and it was really, really nice for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the crazy thing is the guy that we had, shout out to him too, because he gave us the hall super cheap this time, because we just had that same hall for my dad in November.
Oh my God, my stomach's turning for you.
Yeah. So when he heard about my grandmother and we needed it again, that threw him off. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry. Like, yo, no. I'm thinking of what he was probably thinking. He's probably like, dude, like, they're going through some shit right now, dude.
Yeah, it was wild. It was wild. So yeah, but that was, you know, that was the situation. Like I said, I was like, cool, we starting the new year off. And I trailed off with this, but yeah, with the kid that got discriminated against, you know, the one I took under my wing at Kroger's, you know, I made a video about this. That was my first time making. He committed suicide.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah, in March he committed suicide, and those of y'all might remember that video. It's still posted up. When I found out the news about that devastated me beyond anything, because I just did not see that coming. And you know, I don't know why. He was 21 years old, and I was like, wow. I was like, you know, that was my first time actually going to a funeral in a long time, because I don't do funerals. Like I tell people, sometimes funerals do not help me. It does, you know what I'm saying? And I had to get out of that. You got to get out of that, because at some point, I remember my dad told me, he said specifically, once you, and it's so crazy, he said this to me, this was probably maybe a month before he passed away, because we was talking about Shamil, the one who committed suicide, and how I was looking at him in the cast, and I was like, what are you doing there, dude? You're 21. How are you here? Like, it was just crazy. And I remember my dad said, he was like, once you see your mother and your father pass away, he said, then it just kind of, from there, everybody else's funerals is kind of easier to go to, or your grandparents or whoever raised you, and I didn't think about that. And then my dad's, and I never told anybody this because I actually don't like to talk about it, and I ain't even gonna go too deep into it.
Yeah.
Because of the family drama, we didn't even go to my own dad's funeral. We threw something for him that I posted on Instagram where we celebrated his life on our own. And the way these people manipulated and tried to get information using our grief to get information on my father, so they can move him to a funeral. And we was all prepared for it. And then we all got into it. And that's when it blew up. And the reason we didn't go is because I wanted my dad to be buried in peace, because we were so enraged that we knew that if we seen them, it was like on sight. There's no way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was like that. So it was kind of like that for us. So I didn't get a chance to, but we did do something for my dad still. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, my dad was here. He don't know y'all. He know y'all by blood. Y'all just blood. He don't know y'all like that though. You know what I'm saying? Nothing about y'all he don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knows us.
So like, if you don't, I'm not going to ask anything, but something happened similar. I don't know if it's the same or not, but like with my grandmother, there was a falling out on my dad's side of the family. Was when she passed, they were all fighting over like power of attorney and shit like that. And it was all over like stupid material items that it didn't mean shit. Like everyone was so focused on the things that she possessed and not like the actual loss that like my dad and his two brothers, like they all had a huge falling out, never spoke again. The family is like pretty much just dissembled now. You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't seen my uncle, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't have no relationship with them now because they were all like it got to a point to where like everyone took all the expensive shit. And then my grandmother, before she passed, she took all like the baby photos from all of us, from her kids to her grandkids. She had them in boxes, but she got sick with leukemia. She couldn't go through them and sort them out.
Right.
So I ended up, I think I went to like a family party. And my uncle was like, "Oh, I have all the boxes. Can you come out to Indiana and pick them up?" I was like, "We're at Indiana." He lived like 2.5 hours. I was like, "All right." Like, I was like, "Look, give me the boxes. I'll go through them. I'll distribute every single I'll go through them all and I'll give them to the entire family." I didn't know there were 15 fucking boxes, dude. Like there were, bro. I sat there for like 2 months going through these boxes, putting like, I had to go buy like individual, like, photo albums.
Yeah.
And dude, I was putting everyone's in there. I put them all together. And then like, I gave them back to my family. Some of my family members I gave them back to, didn't even care. I threw them away. I was like, what the fuck?
Wow.
Dude, yeah. So that's where I was like, dude, like, I love you, but I'm going to have to love you from a distance because I can't believe like you're looking at material items over somebody that was the glue to this family. And now that glue isn't there, like you're not going to try to make things work. Like, people get really weird around death, man. And I know it's a morbid topic. And like, I don't know if you know about this. Somebody once told me, like, when you actually go to a funeral, you should wear white because black actually absorbs that negative energy. You should be wearing white to actually deflect the energy of death.
Interesting.
And it should be celebrating their life. But this culture, you know what I'm saying,
has made it into a darker thing.
Exactly.
Where it represents black and death, like, like wearing black and all that stuff. Like, I know usually at our funerals, the funerals I know, people kind of come as you are, just wear whatever you want. You can't dress outrageous, you know what I'm saying, wearing all white with designer stuff like I did at the Harry Mack thing where I just stood out, with that big
you jumped shit.
Like because I was telling, I was like, man, I looked at so giant in it. I was like, I'm not even that big, but I looked at so big in that picture, and I was like, Jesus Christ. I mean, I am tall. I'm 6'4",
you are tall, you're tall dude,
yeah. But you know what I'm saying. But like you said, that was really what was similar. The difference with ours was the argument.
If you don't want to.
No, yeah. Like I said, it is cool. It's just a simple thing. Like I said, the difference was my dad didn't leave us anything. He didn't have anything. He didn't make nobody power of attorney, beneficiary, life insurance. He had nothing.
I've seen that happen
You know,
before too. Yeah,
and
that's
I
ugly.
knew
That's
and I
ugly.
knew this because we used to get into with my dad. You know, play. My dad was a very chill, laid back. Oh well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And he ain't want nothing coming out of his check. And I was like, Dad, you might want to think about this. I was like, why do you live like every day is promised? He was like, I ain't living like that. I just ain't thinking about it right now. Like he was very much like that. My dad was just, he was really his own person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you know, but it's just crazy how that ended up happening. You know what I'm saying? With that, like you said, I ain't gonna go super far into detail because I could.
Yeah, we
But
both can get all fucking pissed off
yeah,
about that
but I
shit.
don't want to think about that. But like I said before, man, with this YouTube stuff, I want everybody, you know what I'm saying, all of us, because it's not gonna stop here. That's the thing. It's not gonna stop here with this conversation. You know, it's going to be make sure that you support Cliff Beats. If I see something that's going on with Cliff Beats, I'm gonna make a video about it. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna post it on the community. You know what I'm saying? Let people know where they can go watch your videos at. Because if you're not on YouTube, I can still tell people where they can find you. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure that you know what I'm saying? It's the support should just happen, you know what I'm saying, period. And I think, like I said, if you got a large platform, use it. You know what I'm saying? Use your large platform because, like I said before, if somehow, let's say if No Life Shaq, if he spoke about this, that will bring so much attention because he has a what is he at? Like 3 million subscribers?
Yeah, I could say a few things about a few people, but I'm not going to. But yeah, there should be people speaking out about this. But some people have contracts with YouTube, and they're not gonna breach their contracts. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm just gonna leave it at that. But yeah, man, like you said, it's not gonna stop here. This is, I mean, if a rep slips up and tells me, hey, like we're getting ready to phase out music review channels, I'm like, did you really just say that? Like, oh, well, no, we're changing the system to. I'm like, no, you just said you're getting ready to phase people out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't just say like we're changing systems around. So, I just don't want shit. Like, look at it this way. What's today? The 28th. Basically, we have this 31 days in this month. So I'll find out if my channel gets reinstated or deleted on the 1st or the 2nd of February. Because I'm past my 7 days now. 7 days, my channel should be gone. My videos are still up. It's because I told every single one of those people that copyright strikes me to take me to court. So they have to legally provide documentation to YouTube stating that I am stealing and copyright infringing, and they're going to take me to federal court. Now, do I expect it to happen? I don't know because there's so many of them.
Right.
When it was only a few before, I was like, I got this. Like, even Knox was walking me through it. He was like, you should be good. I know this person over here. That's a fake account here. But at this point, it was like, I don't know who some of these people are. Maybe one of them does decide, fuck it, we'll take you to court. Well, I lose my entire channel. Even if I go to court and I win, like my channel's gone. I'm banned from YouTube for life.
Right.
So I can go win that court case, but I can never get my YouTube channel back. And people are always like, hey, like go make a separate YouTube account. And I'm like, you guys don't realize they ended that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Anything associated with your social security number or your name is gone. You're banned for life. And this is the crazy thing too, is like when I handed all my documents to my attorney, he was like, how many channels are there out? Because he went and did a little bit of research. He's like, you do know, I forgot how many channels he said there are. There was like 1,000, something thousand channels out there. He was like, you do know if they remove you from the platform, they're gonna have to remove every single person from this platform too. I was like, maybe that's their end goal. Right. Because say I take them to court and then I fucking sue the shit out of them. What happens? Okay, say I go win $5 million settlement and then all reaction channels are fucked. I'm gonna feel like an asshole, dude.
Yeah.
So it's like a lose-lose for me.
Yeah. Right.
And I found out you lost your channel, Knox lost his. So it's like they put me in this weird position where like even if I do go to court, I'm gonna be like, is there any way to like fuck them over, but at the same time like not let these other people get affected? But it looks like with what they're already doing, it's going to keep on affecting others because like we just had so many other reactors come in here saying, hey, my views are down, not saying my views are down. My views were down before I went. Stevie, everyone's views are going down. Yep. That's what I'm saying. So it's just like, and in turn, that means artist views are going to go down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's going to start affecting independent artists.
Right.
So it's a very slippery slope that YouTube is going down. And I hope I do see bigger name platforms making videos trolling YouTube a bit. I can't name them.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
But I do see them kind of like trolling like themselves. But like you said, I think we all need to get together. I don't know how we could do it. But man, I don't care if it's just like a group mass text on Instagram or something.
That's what I was thinking. Like if it was like some kind of big, like make it's sometimes it's one of those things where I'm always cautious because I'm like, this channel is. That's why I didn't want to fall in that category of like thinking I'm too big to talk to somebody. That's why me and Bell Development, Jess, he's one of my best friends. Like, period. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like me and him talk every single day. We video chat. We do all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? We are super cool. He's from Canada. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, he only had like 2K or 1,000 subscribers when I was already verified, you know what I'm saying? But I was a fan of his channel and I was like, I like kind of what he is. He's more he's good with the back stuff. Like he could tell you exactly what kind of mic you got, what kind of thing that's holding the mic. He could tell you about a guitar, and he's just really detailed with the stuff that he hear in the back, where I'm more with vocals, how you are with breaking down rap lyrics and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you also know great singers too. You know what I'm saying? You know good songwriting and all that stuff. You've been in the industry. So you know a lot more actually than a whole lot of people. You don't have to disclose that you do this, but people don't understand. Cliff Beats doesn't do this. He doesn't have to tell you what he does. He doesn't have to prove anything to you, Mr. Person that just came into the chat or the comments to just try to be negative. He don't have to prove anything to you. Like,
you know what it usually is too? It's usually people will knock me and then they'll message me on Instagram and ask me how to get into the music industry. It's the weirdest thing. So like really is like they'll hate on me and then like they'll think I won't remember their names because like I have a very photographic memory. I'm horrible with names, but if I see something on a piece of paper or I hear like song lyrics, it just stays stuck in my head. I could hear a song one time and I'll memorize half of it. It's something I've always had as a kid. Some people do it better than me, but I'm not saying I'm like gifted or nothing, but like, so they'll message me and I'll be like, but weren't you just in my comment section saying I wasn't, in the industry? They're like, oh, well, that was just me testing you. It's like, well, I'm not in school, motherfucker. Like, you don't need to test me on what the fuck I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you blew your chance. I won't even say that. I'll be like, so what questions do you have? And like the first thing I tell everybody is like, look, if you want, like, you don't just become a songwriter. You have to have some type of skill. I was a rapper first. You have to have some type of skill set. So I was a rapper. I got signed as a rap artist. I was facing 5 to 10 years in prison. I couldn't leave the state. I was on probation. I went back in front of the judge. My label was trying to get it to where I can do shows. They were like, nope, you can't leave. He's some type of flight risk or something. I was like, over a few pounds of weed. Like, come on.
Right.
So they were like, hey, we're gonna have to let you go. And I was like, all right. And then I got a call, and they were like, hey, can you work on this project? And I was like, what kind of a project? I can't leave. I can't go nowhere. And they were like, no, it's just a writing project. Like, can we send you some beats, some instrumentals you can write to it? Send us in. You can lay down the vocals. We want to hear how you would approach it. I was like, okay, no problem. I did that. I sent it in. I thought nothing of it. And then one day I randomly got like a check for like, I was like $5,000 at the time. So it wasn't anything, but I was like, hey, I got a check. And they were like, then they got back in contact. I went in, they were like, hey, like, would you be interested in signing an agreement? Your last project, the projects that you worked on, they did pretty well. They were like, do you want to sign back on for, I think they offered me 1 year, 3 year, like a 5 year. I was like, I'll do like a 3 year for right now. Cause there's different tax brackets too, different money they were offering me. And also like when you sign something like that, you have to produce a certain amount of songs and it's hard to explain. You have to produce a certain amount of content for them to meet the quota of money they're going to pay you.
Right.
But then when you do it for a longer time, the system kind of changes. So,
okay.
I remember it was 2012 or 11. And I was working a different job. I was a sales rep while I was still a songwriter. I was driving through Minnesota, I told you I've always been working. People don't believe me, and I always hold this up. Hold on, let's see if it shows up. Where's it at? Work camera. That's you, bro? That's my real estate broker's license. Yeah.
Bro, you look professional as hell, bro.
I told you that number don't work no more. So if you go back and try to call it, it's disconnected. It's gonna be somebody else.
I love that, bro.
But I'm saying, like, I've always done multiple things at one time, but The point is, I'm driving and I'm like going through the city in Minnesota and I'm listening to the song. I'm like, why does this beat sound familiar? I hear so many beats that I always just like, oh, maybe I heard
Yeah.
this before. And I started listening to the lyrics and I'm like, this sounds kind of familiar. And then the second verse kicks in and I'm like, the song starts playing. And I'm like, this is my whole verse. It was my whole verse.
Wow.
And then like the bridge came in and it was my whole bridge. And I was like, oh shit, like that $5,000 is what that went towards. And it was,
Wow.
it was a big radio hit, and I didn't know at the time where it was going. They don't tell you necessarily where your music is going, especially when you get started. Now I kind of know what clients I'm working with. I have a little bit more name in the game, a little more face in the game. People know who they're working with. So it's just crazy how things change. But I always tell people, I tell people, if you want to get into the music industry, be able to perform your art, just like how you're able to sing, be able to perform it. Go to a local, anybody watching who wants to figure this out, go to a local recording studio or the biggest recording studio in your city, even if it's an hour drive. Ask to do a fucking internship. Be around engineers, be around producers. Even if you're taking out the fucking garbage and cleaning and wiping down countertops, you can learn while you're there because most people are pretty cool about it. And then somebody's got to hear you. You can't be shy. You gotta keep pressing the issue.
Right.
Somebody hears you, and then they want to introduce you to somebody, some type of label. You go in, you actually have to rap for them, sing for them, like in like a regular lobby room, like what I'm saying, like a regular room where you'd have like a conference. And you perform your music or you play your album, however the hell they want to do it. It's a lot different now too. You can send it in, but yeah, and that's how it works. And then you're not just given this opportunity to be a songwriter. You have to be an artist first, and then you could mention like, hey, I am also a songwriter. Would you be interested? And they could say yeah or no. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on what they want at that time. So it's not something you could just fall into. But yeah, I noticed a lot of people would hate on me first, and then they would reach out like a month later thinking I'd forget. And I'd be like, but you were just in the comment section dogging me. Yeah, so it's kind of funny how that fucking works, man.
Yeah, that's actually really good. Now, I mean, I was like a student just now listening to you talk about this. 'Cause I'm like, oh, this is really, really good. Like, knowledge, what I'm saying, about, and advice about that. Because like I said, I've always been a person that's, and like I said, people are usually like, I don't know how I sing, what I'm saying, to me. I'm like, I'm a good singer. That's how I am. But then you hear people like, you're a great singer, dude. How are you not this? How are you not that? Like, and I'm like, they was like, I was like, dude, I never took vocal lessons. I've never had anything. I just listened to music growing up, gospel music, and I'm really good at knowing notes on that people hit, and I learned that by just watching people sing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's all it was. I was like, I've never been on a karaoke stage. I've never been on on nothing. I've never been in a studio. And shout out to my boy Gatsby 7. He actually the story about him was he Knox dropped the cipher, and Gatsby was one of the ones, him, Knox, and it was somebody else I said had the best verses. And this was something Knox dropped, and Gatsby hit me up. I forgot, I can't even remember how it went, but he was like, "Oh, you're from Cincinnati?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm from Cincinnati." And he was like, and he messaged me. He was like, DM me. He was like, "What part of Cincinnati you from?" I was like, "I'm from, the Western Hills area." And he was like, "So am I." And he was like, I was like, "What, bro?" And then we found out. I ain't gonna disclose. I already done told the area, but I ain't gonna say the neighborhood. But yeah, we found out, like, we was like, "You from, wait, what part of Western Hills?" And he was like, "Da da da da." And I was like, "Me too, da da da." And he was like, what I'm saying? So it was like, we was like, "Bro, we should link up." And like, what I'm saying? We didn't even realize. I was like, wow. And it was crazy that he was from Cincinnati, because I was like, wow, he had one of the best verses. You know what I'm saying? And he was super cold. And I was like, oh, wow, man. And me and him just had a talk about it yesterday, because he found a way to actually, when you go live, how when we go live, for instance, shout out to Sean Fanning, what he donated, YouTube was about to chop that right in half.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he actually does Streamlabs, where he knows how to just kind of get the money directly where YouTube don't get a percentage of it.
Yeah, my boy was telling me about that, and he wanted to do it for me, but he's been so busy. But I need to figure that out too.
Me too.
If I come back, man, I gotta figure that out, man. But I was gonna say, yeah, I know we talked about your stuff with your anxiety and stuff like that too. But man, if you ever like want to test and see how you are, like if you're ever, come to Chicago, like say, we do another Harry Mack show or something, or say you come crash out here for a weekend or something, like, dude, you can come to my studio anytime. Like, it'd just be, I'm saying, like, it just, nobody else would be in. It could be me and you. We could find some music. You could hop in the booth, see how you sound, and if you
appreciate that, man. That's
welcome,
cool.
Bro.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. And like I said, if you ever come to Ohio, which I don't know why you want to come out here, I
have family in Ohio.
I'm like, oh, do you? Oh, that's cool, bro. Yeah, but okay, so that's a good reason then. But yeah,
there you go.
But yeah, like, Ohio's. I'll be like, people ask me, they be like, "What is it to do out here?" I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know. Like, Dave Chappelle lives out here. I don't know.
Yeah. Wait, do we?
Yeah, Dave Chappelle lives out in Ohio. Yeah.
Oh, okay, but not Cincinnati though. Like in Ohio.
He lives on a farm outside of Cincinnati.
Oh, okay. So we got a whole lot of we do got some big names come from here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Little Bow Wow. No, but Anita Baker, and legendary singers, Bootsy Collins, and fun fact, 2 fun facts. A lot of people know this already, but one of our good friends, my mom's no friend, they're first cousins with the Isley brothers.
Oh shit!
So that's cool. And also, second fun fact is people don't know that I'm actually related to Eddie Kendricks from the Temptations. Okay. The one with the high note, the high voice that you hear in every song. Yeah, he's actually I don't know how you get to him on the family tree, but yeah, somehow he's
some way it trickled back down.
Somehow it's like his cousins, uncles, sisters, brothers, somehow, so that's what I was told. So I was like, oh, okay, well, that's cool. I'm just gonna take that and run with it then. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how he gets to us, but I'm gonna go ahead and just say that is my cousin or uncle or whatever the hell he is.
Bro, I was gonna say too, like, you honestly, these days people, I shouldn't be saying this, but people don't even need recording studios. You know what I'm saying? Like, even like on the mic that you have with your setup, you can probably lay down some perfect vocals and go send them into a producer, and they can go clean it up for you. You know what I'm saying?
Like, that's what Jesse is for, Build Development. They've been working with me on this, actually. He's the reason why I got this mic kind of like set up. He helped me like figure.
It's nice.
Because I appreciate it, man. Thank you, man. Because I was big on that, bro. I was big on, like, if you went all the way back to when I first started YouTube, and that's how far back I go. Because like I said, me and No Life Shaq, I think, kind of started around the same time, and he was just sitting in a chair with like his girl. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't have fancy cameras. I had an Android 8. And that's what I filmed on. And I went back and looked at that. I was like, wow, is this Time Warner Cable? Ain't even called that no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's the box big screen and it ain't flat screen. I was like, wow. Like, it's kind of crazy you go all the way back. But I also noticed how different things was as well. Like, for instance, I noticed that, and which I'm actually, if I'm being honest with you, Cliff, I'm shocked that they ain't went back and did anything, because at the earlier stages of my YouTube career, I got so many. I just spit it everywhere. But I do it all the time. Yeah, and so many of my earlier stages of my YouTube career. Right now, if you go back, there's no pauses in these videos that people are reacting to today. There's no pauses in the videos. I'm just looking at it straight. There's no stopping. There's no nothing. It's just me reacting while it's still going.
Don't say that, because they went back through all my shit and clipped me, dude. So I wouldn't even announce that.
They said got him.
Yeah. So I don't know if you heard about what's that one gaming channel? I can't think of his name. Like RT Gaming, the Irish guy. He's a very funny Irish dude. I can't think. I'm not making fun. I'm Irish as shit, but he's like legitimately from Ireland.
Yeah.
Well, he had like a video, like I watched his video. I think maybe I did a reaction to it. It was like the best clips of 2022, and he does it at the end of each year. And then his video got limited, and he had a team. Anyways, the big story about it. So he reached out to Team YouTube to help him out with that video. Well, they actually, instead of helping him, they went back and limited all of his videos.
Wow. You know what? Oh, it's something I want to touch on that you said with the limited thing. I think I told you this already, but they limited one of my lives, bro. There was no music. It was me talking. Yep. They limited my live.
Me too.
And I was like, what? You remember I told you I thought limited mean, oh, you get big money. It's gold. It's yellow. I was like, ooh, this is big money.
I think that means some gold, baby.
I was like, ooh, this is a yellow. I'm like, look at this, bro. I got 5 of those, bro.
This is better than green, baby. Better than green.
That's what I thought, bro. I was like, I literally thought that. I was like, oh, this yellow must mean like I'm getting like super paid or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, cool, this bad. I got 5 of those. So it's really about to go up. And it didn't happen like that.
No, it's the exact opposite. That's the thing too, is like, not only does it limit your ad revenue, so the only ad revenue you will make, what they say, is that from premium members, but they still keep the same amount of ads on your videos that go straight to YouTube, but you don't collect it. And here's the thing too, is once your video is limited, it's no longer being recommended. So I don't know, Ren just hit me up last night actually. And he was like, yo, bro, like I seen all the shit you're going through. I just whitelisted you off of all my music. You're good to go. You know, I'm so sorry for any inconveniences. And I hit him up. I was like, hey, man, like I appreciate it. I was like, I'll do this shit for free. I got no problem. I said, I want you to know that everybody got hit because of some of the lyrics you said, where he says, you F word, C word, because it's a very emotional part of the song. And then I sent him to him like late last night. So I know he's got a lot of shit going on right now. So I'm sure he'll respond back. But yeah, it's like these artists are going to be affected for the word. It's like, are we supposed to go through the artist's music and then censor them?
Right.
We can't do that. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense. So I think like that is their way of phasing out reaction or reviews, you know, like you brought something up earlier too, is you said on my channel, it says reaction, right? Mine will say reaction or breakdown. Knox will typically say full analysis or dissected. People will go to your channel as a reaction expecting a full analysis. Or people will go to Knox's channel expecting a reaction, but they get a full breakdown. Or people go to my channel and they'll be like, okay, it's reaction / breakdown, but we just want a reaction or we just want a full analysis. Like, yo, I'm somewhere in the middle. I want, with what I have, with what I know, I catch what I can, and I try not to sound too pretentious. Where I can call out every little syllabic rhyme. I could do that all. To me, like that's just overkill on my part, and I don't have that time, dude. I don't. Not to be a dick. You know what I'm saying?
No, you 100% right, because even me, I'm the big, you know, like I said, the dude full of energy. I'm the singer guy. That's why my channel is ThatSingerReactions. You know what I'm saying? I typically review singers, but you know, the rap stuff is something that's very, very big on me too. I am very, very heavy into battle rap. Terribly heavy.
We were talking about that.
I'm terribly heavy into battle rap, which is why it's very easy for me to break down bars. Now, like you said, and people can't think, you know, because some people think that like, you didn't catch this bar. It doesn't mean I don't know what the bar was. It's just on the first go, this is my first time hearing it. Eminem can rap. He could be rapping super quick unless I'm like, hold up, or I'm stopped. It'll be a 2-hour video if I'm trying to pause it and rewind it and pause it and rewind it. Like, wait a minute, what did he say here? Okay, I'll let him go. Pause it, rewind. Wait a minute, like, because even with Knox is, like I said, Knox is a phenomenal rapper, and he's really good with like the break syllables and schemes and punches, and he does a lot of this stuff. So a lot of times in the video, I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to listen to this I'm gonna have to listen to this again when this is over. You know what I'm saying? Because I get a bunch of bars, and you know what I'm saying, and usually nothing goes over my head, but things will go over your head if you don't even catch it.
Well, I even had this conversation with Knox. Like, he says full dissection. He has studied the music beforehand. Like, forgot one. I think people were giving him shit because he was like breaking down. Like, I think Tech 9 was using like ancient biblical references or something like that, and Knox called it out, like recited them like word for word, and like no one could do it unless you studied it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Tech 9 even gave him a shout out. It's like, and people were like, "Oh, it's a fake reaction."
I remember that.
Dude, he's doing a dissection. He's already listened to it.
And he's never said that he didn't listen to it, to be fair. Like, he never said, so yeah, this is my first time ever hearing this. I've never heard of this. Like, he never say that in his stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you before, somebody hit me up telling me the same thing. Like, I don't watch his stuff because I think his stuff is. I'm like, it's a difference with bars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a difference with rap music. You know what I'm saying? It's not like me listening to a singer to hear a note. You know what I'm saying? Like, or to hear the emotion or the lyrics and stuff like that. You can get all that on one go. You know what you hear right in the moment. But when somebody is rapping, it's poetry. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's either about somebody's life, or some people punch heavy. Some people got schemes a lot. Some people got a lot of wordplay and intricacy stuff like that they do, you know what I'm saying? Or tapping into all the syllables. Like, you know, it's so many things about it. And some people will tell me like, well, how come you didn't react to, when he said this ain't a game, I'll be in your Xbox. I said, because I heard that 1,000,001 times.
Yeah, I know.
It's a basic bar to me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, I've had to say so many. I'm not. I get it. Like, people, they come watch you for the first time, and like I said, they're used to seeing somebody else, so they expect you to point out what that person pointed out. But it's like, I always tell people, like, look, I'm gonna point out what I find interesting. That's my approach. I say if I heard it or not. Then I say, I'm going to point out what I find interesting, or I'm going to kind of go over something, you know, that if it piques my interest and I'm like, damn, that was very technical, or something that I just enjoyed, I'll speak up. But yeah, like what you said, you know, putting your Xbox or something syllable, like something I must heard, you know, catch up, like stuff like that. Like, I've heard that millions of times. Like, I can't go back and just, you know, or Monopoly and pass go and like all these then with a street light. Like, I've heard all these things before. Right. Especially when you're writing them every day.
I was just about to say, and you, by you being a writer too, because they talk about that a lot in battle rap, is ghost writers. You know what I'm saying? But they can't, and which I understand why you can't disclose no information about it, because that's what a ghost writer is supposed to be, a ghost writer.
You get paid. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
you're literally paid to just make them. You're an independent contractor. You're paid to keep your mouth shut. You're paid to work with these clients and then leave it alone. You have to sign a non-disclosure agreement so it doesn't hurt their personal image. And then whatever they do with your music afterwards is theirs. You're selling your music. That they own that. So that is their music technically. Maybe someone else wrote it, but it's their music now. And people always approach me like, I've had, when I did my first Q&A, people are like, well, aren't you guilty that you write other people? I'm like, look, they're like, oh, aren't you guilty you write other people's songs? And I'm like, look, if I could write a song that could save somebody's life or just change someone's perspective, and maybe I do some, you know, hood songs over here, or I do some pop songs over here, it's a part of my job. But when I put together a song and I hear it has a positive message, and people are like, I'll drive down the city of Chicago, I'll hear people listening to it, and I know it's my dude, it makes me feel so happy that people are just singing it, having a good time, or rapping it back. And I'm just like, the money's cool, but we came up without money. We don't need it. I just love the recognition. Even if it's not my name, I already know deep down that was me. You know what I'm saying? So like,
right.
It's totally different. And I know everybody always asks me like, hey, what song can you give me anything? And I wish I could. Maybe one day in the future, you know, like when I'm no longer a songwriter, you know, for my label, some stuff I'm gonna have to take to the grave.
Yeah. Facts.
I even just told my Patreon that I'm going to actually, my label heard what was going on with YouTube. Because they seen me. I haven't been able to work properly for the past like month. And they were like, what's going on? And I told them, well, one of my guys, he's a record exec. But anyway, I told him, and he was like, wait, what are they doing? So he was even trying to help out. And he got back to me, I think it was like a week ago, when I told everyone to get on Patreon. He's like, look, it was right as my channel got suspended. He was like, well, how about this? Like, one person I work with passed away. I don't want to say too much to not give it away. No, they passed away for some time now.
Okay.
And they were like, well, how about this? Like, you can go on Patreon and you could explain parts of the song that you wrote here, and we'll give you the rights to it, and you won't get in any trouble with us. I've already went over it. Like, maybe that'll help you get subscribers. And I'm like, I don't want to give a selling point. Like, I'm not trying to sell people on something. Right. But like, I was like, thank you to my label for looking out for me, because they felt bad. They seen me with a passion project that was helping me, even with writing. You know what I'm saying? That was seeing me more vibrant, more alive. I'm listening to more artists. It's giving me more ideas and stuff now, which I've always tried to stay away from, because I'll be quick. If I'm listening to too much Eminem, I'm going to sit here with multi-syllable rhyme schemes for the next you know what I'm saying? I also doing that shit.
Right.
Fucking. So I've always stayed away, but if I diversify it and I listen to a bunch of different artists, my brain kind of just like wipes itself clean, so I don't even remember a lot of it.
Right.
But it was so nice of my label to even try to back me up. Like, well, hey, if your YouTube gets shut down, like we'll give you permission to one song you could announce because the artist is no longer with us, and I know you were friends with this person. I don't said too much. And I was just like, well, I'll see how it goes. I'll find out more. But thank you for it. It was just so nice to see people like you, Anthony Ray, Knox Hill, a bunch of other people, I can't think of right off the top of my head, like that were like, hey, yo, like whatever you need, bro, I got you. And I, like, I won't forget this. I know my subscribers won't forget this. I know the people who are watching this happening this time right now, 2 years from now, they're going to see this shit. And maybe they stumbled across it. They're going to see this and know like who was really there and who wasn't. Yeah, man, dude. Like, thank you. And thank you to all your subscribers and supporters and shit like that too. Have rocked with me, man. Like I owe you guys a huge thanks, man.
No, you don't. You good, man. Like I said before, because like I said, it's something that I've I feel like it's as weird as it sounds, like I feel like a legend in the reaction world. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been doing this for so long. And like I said, if you look at my you told me not to say that, so let me shut up about that.
Yeah, don't.
So but
I know what you're going with though.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So but that time and this time you can see a clear difference, you know what I'm saying, and how it was and how it is and how things have just changed dramatically. Like it's just completely changed, you know what I'm saying? And like I said before, I hope that you get your channel back, you know what I'm saying?
Me too, and
you know what I'm saying? And people need to understand too that even when you get your channel back, the fight still doesn't stop. You know what I'm saying? That it doesn't just end, when you get your channel back, because you can get it back, but don't mean they're gonna let up off you. You know what I'm saying? Like we still have to fight so we can get, you know what I'm saying, our proper respect, because we ain't doing anything wrong. We're not committing a crime. We're not doing anything wrong. Nope. You know what I'm saying? All we are doing is reacting to music, you know what I'm saying, or reacting to whatever we see, you know what I'm saying. And like you said, if you're getting permission from people to do this, and you know what I'm saying, I've done reactions from people who just was blown away, couldn't believe that I did that for them, and then I get a copyright flag or whatever for it, and I'm like, that's crazy. How you gonna do this? And this person loves me for bringing light to them,
Oh, I wanted to ask you something too. So, like, how has that worked out with like Morissette? Because I know you guys had that the little podcast thing, and she's amazing. But I noticed at one point, like, I was doing a bunch of her music, but I don't know what happened, but all my shit started getting blocked, and I was like, "What's happened?" And I always made a joke saying, "Like, that's my future wife right there." And I thought maybe
I remember you said that,
yeah. I thought maybe like her husband or her boyfriend at the time, like I was jokingly saying it, just trying to be playful, like, hey, you know what I'm saying, like. Call some, like,
and I hit the, because I know who the team is, but I'm not sure if they are the ones that runs the things, because like you said before, it's happened to me on and off now. You know what I'm saying, with the Morissette videos, and I'm not sure if they have anything to do with it, like directly, like Morissette or Dave.
I didn't think so,
you know what I'm saying, like you said, I think this could be still a YouTube thing. You know what I'm saying? Like them doing it, because oftentimes I don't get a copyright block or strike, but I did get a block on the Morissette Disney thing. And I seen other people doing it, and I was like, well, that's weird. You know what I'm saying? Again, you know what I'm saying? Like, because Morissette already told me she loves me. I'm one of her favorite reactors that she looks at. You know what I'm saying? It's documented. So I'm like, I'm gonna brag about that. So
no, I was gonna say, like, if you're on her, if you guys are having she's basically giving you permission by saying, like, hey, like, I love what you're doing, like, thank you for your support. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I'm sure she said thank you for the support and shit. Like, so you're not, are you getting restrictions on some of her content too, or is it just, are you whitelisted now?
No, I'm not getting any restrictions. It's just it'll just be a copyright claim where it's just get demonetized, basically.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so you should basically be getting whitelisted at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're getting permission from her and she's doing a podcast with you, like, that's why I was saying, like, you should, you don't have to, but she should, you know what I'm saying, be like, hey, like, you are helping me. I love what you do. Like, what's the harm in somebody making $5 off of doing a reaction video that took them 18 hours to post? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no harm in that, you know? And then like, and then this is like how you just said, the fight isn't over. Like, dude, say I do mysteriously get my channel back in 4 days. I can go to sleep that night when the day I get it back and I get 15 more strikes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be right in the same boat I was in. They can keep doing this until I just say, fuck it, I can't do this no more.
Exactly. Like, yeah, you can't say, like you said, when you was telling me about how your playlists and stuff was disappearing. Like I said before, these at the end of the day, this is a big issue. And these are humans that's running behind this stuff. I'm assuming, right? Like, you know, people behind this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, and at some point, somebody got to hear us. You know what I'm saying? They got to hear us.
Yeah.
You know, as long as we make enough noise, you know what I'm saying? I can stick up all day, you know what I'm saying, for you.
Yeah.
But everybody has to be a voice, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's the same thing. And I don't want to, I ain't pivoting back to this. I just for a second, it's just the same thing. Like, for instance, if there is something that had happened to a black person, you know what I'm saying? When a white person with a big platform speaks up, that is a big deal. You know what I'm saying? That's why they couldn't stand Eminem when he did what he did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Eminem was a huge influence on everybody, and especially like white people. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? They look, because he's one of the GOAT rappers, and it was like, wow, he's a white guy. He raps like this. You know what I'm saying? I look up to him, and it means a lot when you hear somebody of his stature make a statement, you know what I'm saying, for us. And that's what I mean when it comes to YouTube. I'm hoping that somebody with a really big platform, like a No Life Shaq, and I ain't saying, and to be fair to No Life Shaq, you're not obligated to do nothing.
Yeah, nobody has to do anything.
Yeah, you don't have to do a thing. But it means a lot when somebody with them big platforms say something. Sometimes you got to scoot stuff to the side and be like, you know what, I don't even care about these views or this money, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. But if you got a family, I get it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we've had this discussion too. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If you got a family, yeah, it's
different, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, but sometimes you still got to stick up for what's right when you see something going on. You can completely not know who this person is, you know what I'm saying? But you see the way they're being treated, and you know what I'm saying? And you can just idly sit by and be like, hey, I'm good though. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of your channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of your channel. So them taking away, I'm like, hold up, where Cliff's videos at, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I watch your stuff more than I watch my own. You know what I'm saying? I don't look back at my videos after I post them. You know what I'm saying? But you are pretty much very, like, I think what attracted me to your channel is you do kind of a mixture of everything. You do singers. I've seen you do Angelina Jordan, Morissette. You do beatboxing, and I was like, oh wow, this channel is like really up my alley that I like to watch. You know, when I'm like alone or chilling, because usually when I see your notifications, I click on them and watch them. Everybody ain't gonna do the same with mine, because mine sometimes is very it's everywhere, and you're like, I don't know what they saying in Latin, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying. So I get mine is different. That's the reason why I was like, ooh, Cliff just posted his reaction to Harry Mack. I want to see this. You know what I'm saying? I remember when Iconic was telling me I was the first person, and I don't even know if Harry Mack even knew he did it, but I remember he was rapping when Marcus Veltri was in it, and I was the first person to catch the Venue son. He did a planet scheme, and I was like, he just spelled Venus in there and then the sun after it. And I was like, that's kind of, I don't know if he meant to do that. Like, you know, like, the Venue sun. And I was like, oh, that was kind of fire. And Khan jumped in and he was like, I actually didn't even peep that. Like, and I was like, yeah, he kind of, you know what I'm saying? I said, so yeah, I do this a little bit too, you know what I'm saying? Let dabble here and there, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I was like, this is the stuff that I love about Cliff's channel. There's so many things about Knox's channel I love, because Knox even when he's studying it or whatever he does, I love to hear his breakdown, because when he do break it down, he don't miss nothing.
No, he doesn't. Yeah,
Like when he do, I'm like, wow, and you know, and I always listen because in my heaving head, when I see Knox do a breakdown, I always think like, is he gonna catch what I just called? You know what I'm saying? And he do like every time. And I was like, wow.
He said, and he does. Yeah, he catches every single thing.
He do every time. And like I said,
think, yeah, go ahead.
No, you good. Go ahead, bro.
No, I was just saying. I was gonna say even on Knox, I think he does do times where he does like one take react too.
Yeah,
I think he mixes it in there too. So I'd never take anything away from that man. I think what he does is genius. I think he's an amazing, talented rapper. I love his platform. He's a man of his word. He stood up for me. He doesn't need to do any of that shit. You know.
I love Knox, man.
Dude, yeah, me too. I was just talking to D-Lo the other night, beatboxer, like one of the best beatboxers in the world. I got a copyright strike from Swiss Beatbox, and Swiss Beatbox was in my live stream the other night while I was gaming. The platform was. You know what I'm saying? So that's
funny.
And I'm like, I was gaming with King Inertia last month. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm friends with. I'm going to Bush Battle League, like in Virginia coming up here soon. Like I'm friends with all these guys. So, I try to, support where I can, man. Like Iconic's my dude. He lives in Chicago. He lives on the north side. So like I met him up at B-Dubs right after I got off the Harry Mack happy hour and shit. And like that's my guy. I seen him. We didn't get a chance to link up this summer because he's been making moves with Harry traveling around the world. You know, Harry's blowing up now. But yeah, man, I always try to stay on great terms with everybody, So for me to get these random copyright strikes from all these people that I'm on good terms with, it doesn't make any sense, like. Yeah. I don't know, man. And like, I also don't want people to think like, like I'm complaining just to be heard. Like the reason why I want to be heard so much is look, like I said, like no matter what happens, if I stay, if I go, whatever the case is, like I want to make sure people who just quit their jobs and do this full time still have a platform. I want people who have families to be able to put food on their fucking table. Like at the end of the day, I'm going to be okay. I'm a hustler. Like I grew up in the streets. I will be okay. I'll find a way. You know what I'm saying, like, and I already have my career. I am happy with that. This was a passion. This is a passion project that I'm very passionate about. Otherwise, I wouldn't be putting all my time into this.
Facts.
Like, you don't make tons of fucking money doing this. I hope that on my way out or me coming back in, people realize that, hey, like this dude stood up. He swung as he was going down. And then if I am gone, that hopefully some of my words echo throughout the rest of the reaction community and everyone can go back to these videos and maybe like clip some parts where I was trying to give advice, like, with the limited or the appealing, like tell them to take you to court. This is not copyright infringement. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling Anthony, I said, look, when they're copywriting your material, they're actually copywriting your material too. It's your intellectual property. This is your voice, your face, your commentary, your intro, your outro.
Yeah.
It's yours. So like you could actually countersue for them copywriting your copyrighted material.
Facts.
So like it doesn't make any sense to me. And I just hope that whatever happens here, I'm going to be grateful because I believe that, I'm not really religious, but I am to an extent. Like I believe in a higher power.
Me too.
I believe that obstacles are put in people's way. So maybe if I am gone, I wasn't meant to be here. I'm meant to be doing something else. Or maybe if I come back, maybe this was a step back to speak louder when I do come back. Like I don't know yet. Like this is a learning experience, man. Like I look at losses as lessons, So I hope anybody who does or who did tune into this or tunes into this later, they just take some of my words and our words that we had together and they hear us, man. And I hope it spreads throughout the community and more people can fucking try to get this petition. I see everyone keeps trying to get that petition pinned in your.
I appreciate that too, man. I see y'all. This was a funny comment I seen. Hold on. Somebody was like, where is that? Hold on. Where is that? They said we are the Avengers and they named us. Where that's at? Hold on. Where is that? That was funny. Is this chat really moving this fast or am I tripping? What's going on?
Oh, no. It says Cliff is Iron Man.
There it is.
TSR is Hulk. Knox is Captain America. Anthony Ray is Black Widow. Just kidding. Anthony, you Doctor Strange.
Don't play my boy Anthony like that, bro.
Oh, man. That's hilarious.
That's cool. Dude. I'm cool with being the Hulk. That's cool.
I'll be Iron Man. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I'm rich. I'm a billionaire, man.
It depends, though, because the Hulk, he kind of punked up in that. Which Avengers was it? Like he wasn't fighting back. Like,
oh yeah, he's like, where are you at? He was
yeah.
like, I need you. He was like, no.
Yeah, he was getting beat up. I was like, nah, I'm the Hulk in his actual movies. I'll be the Hulk. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? The Hulk is cool. Yeah, one of the goats.
That's a funny analogy. He said,
that's just super funny.
Dude, the internet's undefeated, man. It's just
bro, they are. Yeah. Hilarious. So yeah, it's like I said, man, it's cool, and like I said before, the fight is definitely gonna keep going. You know what I'm saying? And it's important for people to also know, even with you, that YouTube might think that if you are not here or you're here, it's important for people to know that YouTube didn't defeat you because you are still doing what you're doing, just on another platform. They lost out. You know what I'm saying? You lost somebody who bought a lot to your platform. You know what I'm saying? For no reason. You know what I'm saying? And now he has took it to another platform. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said before, it's like me. I mean, I'm cool. Like I said before, whatever happens to you, I mean, I'm AOD, and I'm already a part of your Patreon. It didn't take me long, so I see the notifications that come through. So you know what I'm saying? It's important for people to know that too. Like, you know, if he's not on YouTube, he's still doing his thing. He's just on another platform. You know what I'm saying? Like, so,
and like I'm just pivot back to what you said earlier too. Like, and I had just how like when you were going through your stuff, like with your family and stuff, you couldn't really post because you couldn't be yourself. Like with this whole fight, you know, and with work, and I haven't been able to be myself, so I haven't really been able to make new. I can't really go break down bars when I'm over here until 5 o'clock in the morning fighting with YouTube, and then you know I can't come off that way. So I've been telling everybody who's making donations and signing up, like, just be patient. Let me see what YouTube does to me here, and then I'll be able to settle into my role wherever I go. And then, because right now I feel like I'm suspended in air. I feel like I don't know what's happening, and I can't sit down and, you know, somebody just paid me $20 to go do a reaction. Well, I want to do right by you. So when I do the reaction, I want to do it the right way, give you a shout out, be there for it, be present in the moment. And just as long as everyone's patient with me while I sort this out or get this figured out, like I greatly appreciate it. And, man, I appreciate.
And I'm a person that documents a lot, you know, in terms of when it comes to business things. Like I said before, I understand the conversation me and you had, and I'll screen record pieces of this to keep in my phone, because if anything happens to me after this conversation,
use it. Use it, bro.
I do that. You know what I'm saying? So like I said before, but I'm not afraid of it. I'm not afraid of it. I understand. And I told you my entire story. You know, this is my full-time job. But again, there's a bigger thing here. I mean, if push comes to a hard shove, I'll go back and find me a 9-to-5 like that that's paying me $17, $18, $19 an hour, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I that's no problem.
That's
easy if something happens. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like this is the end all be all. You know what I'm saying? It's just we are really putting time and effort into this. You know what I'm saying? And for y'all to disrespect us in a regard, like to the stuff that we do, you know what I'm saying? For no reason. A lot of times you don't even tell us why you doing it, which is also disrespectful. We get slapped with warnings and things. Like I said before, I'm getting this thing every time I publish.
Are you still getting that? What is that?
I got it last night. I've
never seen that. I've never seen that before in my life.
So what did it say? It tells me that every time I'll post maybe, let's say I publish one video. Sometimes it won't say it. But after I publish the next 6, that comes up every single time. And I just ignore it. I don't know what it means.
Yeah,
I don't know what it affects. I even tried to go and correct the problem. Like, oh, okay, let me see what they're talking about in YouTube Studio. There's nothing there. I'm like, then what does this mean? Y'all not even, if this is affecting my, they saying they could restrict my videos or whatever they saying, I don't know where I go to correct it, because y'all don't have anything in YouTube Studios where y'all told me to go to. Y'all said, go to YouTube Studios so you can, like, you know, handle the issue. There's nothing there.
I've never seen that. I've never seen that message before. You sent it to me and I looked at it. I'm like, wait, what? Like it made no sense to me myself. But just so we're clear though, like you're not having issues. Like, so you're able to monetize some of your videos, obviously. Then some of them you have, you know, restrictions on. Some of them have limited ads. Did you Did you sign up for that new short thing, like with
I
YouTube
did.
Shorts?
Mm-hmm.
You did? All right. Well,
Mm-hmm.
everyone's saying we shouldn't have signed up because I signed up too. And
Really?
yeah, everyone's saying that there's a thing in the clause that says like YouTube could actually go into your bank account and pull money out of your bank. Like, so money that you possibly didn't even earn from YouTube and take money out of your bank. I have to send you the video, dude. I seen this dude talking about it, and I was like, "What the fuck is
Oh,
that?"
we
Dude?
talking about real court. They talking about real smoke. If they doing that, you better not go nowhere near my bank account.
It was a dude that has like a cat. He always films his cat, but he's got a pretty big channel. I think he's like 12 million subscribers. But
Oh,
he was
wow.
like reading into like the guy. I'll send it to you. I'll find it when I
Okay.
get some downtime. But he was even like, "Well, it's too late for us now. We've already fucking signed it." But
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like as soon as I signed up for that, that's when like shit. Like I was already facing shit. That's when like the shit just hit the fan, and I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! I can't keep up with all this shit." But
Right.
yeah, man, I don't know. You know, either way, I hope we could I hope we reach some years, man. I hope we make
Yeah.
some type of impact today. And either way, it was nice to be able to catch up with you live, man. We definitely
Yeah, for sure, bro.
we
Yeah,
got to keep doing this shit, man.
this was a really really fun thing, and I'm thinking about kind of making this a thing. You see how I got keeping it real as like the title. I might do that with some other bring my boy Bill Development on, bring some other reactors on, so we can all talk about different stories about this. And like I said before, I am going to back up these conversations because if there's any reason that things have to go to some kind of court or whatever, I'm always prepared. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the last thing you want to do is have me go to court. That's what you don't want to do. Like, like you better just keep it where it is. But
I'm the same way. Like whenever you speak to a chat representative, at the end it says, "Do you want a copy of this conversation?" I always send the conversation straight to my email.
Yeah.
And also, you were talking about continuing this. If I do come back to YouTube, I'm going to start something very similar, like a podcast. It's going to be called Cliff Notes. It'll probably be So it'll be something it'll be something just like that where I'm going to start having podcast episodes and also start bringing on multiple people at one time so we can get all of us. I'd love to get like me, you, Knox, Anthony, shit. If we can get Shaq, Stevie. I don't really talk to them too much personally. Some I do, some I don't. I would love to get all of us on there, even like maybe even do group reactions or like, or just talk about like shit going on in the community, what we could do to make videos better. Cause we all could better this entire situation for ourselves and for all the viewers and subscribers, because at the end of the day, we would not exist without them or the content creators, like, some of these amazing artists. So us working together could help everybody, man, not just ourselves. It could be the, the subscribers, the artists, like it could just benefit everybody instead of everybody kind of looking at each other. You know what I'm saying?
Really, it really can, bro. That's a good idea. And I also love Cliff Notes. That's fire. That's a fire, like fire off the top, thing that you came up with. I like that, bro. But yeah, man, this has been fun, man. I'm glad to be able to chop it up with you, man. And I appreciate you taking the time because you're a super, super busy dude, bro. So I already know how it is. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you just taking the time out, you know what I'm saying, for us to just, talk, you know what I'm saying? Talk regular, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said before, it's not a whole lot of, people who do really keep it real. And that's kind of the reason why I am attracted to y'all's channels the way I am. You know what I'm saying? Because I do see that. I don't know who is fake or who not. I don't know how people's personalities are. So I'm not just gonna be like, well, I think this person is faking their I'm not. I don't care about all that stuff. I don't really get into that stuff. But
it's entertainment too. So
yeah, it's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? But I just there's people that I'm like, I mess with them. They cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I appreciate you, bro. Like for everything you do. That's why I'm stepping up for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, if Knox, not Knox too, but I'm like, if Cliff, if his voice, y'all don't want to hear him and y'all want to do this, okay, well, let's try me. If y'all don't want to hear me, cool. Build Development, my boys. I'm not speaking for nobody, but I'm just saying, if y'all don't want to hear them, it'll be the next person. But we're not gonna stop. It's just gonna keep going. We're gonna keep this chain rolling.
Yeah.
All it's gonna take is for me to know somebody from NBC.
Yeah,
or
right.
something like
How
that.
about the news really quick? Be like,
yeah, like, okay, since y'all want to do that, and let me go ahead and contact the person I was just on the news with, and let's see if we can just take what y'all did to a bigger place so it can be, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm just saying. So it's like, as long as we keep, you know, keep going, we can still do our thing. And you know what I'm saying? But it's just, when I see something wrong, I'm gonna be like, yeah.
Man, I appreciate that's some real shit, bro. Like I said, man, like when this was going down, man, I seen who was really about this shit, man. So
Facts.
I appreciate you stepping up and having me on, dude. I know everyone thinks I'm super busy, which I am, but I know we're all busy. We all got stuff going on. You got stuff going on. Anthony has stuff going on. We all got shit going on, man. So I appreciate you taking the time to have me on today. And man, we got to do this again. And I hope that people get this message, and I hope all of us can come together, man. And we got to keep doing this shit, even no matter how this plays out, even with the channel coming back or not coming back for me. Even if I'm gone off YouTube, like I hope like you and Anthony and that other people could like get together and just keep spreading the word and big up the platform no matter what, you know.
We got you for sure, bro.
I appreciate you, brother.
All right, bro. So yeah, man, we're gonna get ready to wrap this up. Good 2 hour and 30 minutes. A good talk, bro.
It went fast, bro.
It went fast, bro. Because we was just basically being normal. You know what I'm saying? This had me and Cliff just talk normally. So so yeah, bro. And anything else new pops up or anything like that, I'm gonna let you know. You know what I'm saying? Because
vice versa. I got you.
Yeah. There, like I said, I ain't gonna expose everything that I would do so people can see, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
YouTube will catch. But yeah, I got my little ideas about some things to do too. So
we'll talk about that off the record. That'll be
off the record. Off the record.
Me and you personally. Yeah.
Facts, bro. But yeah, man, this was a great podcast, man. I appreciate you dropping in, bro. I ain't doing no videos today. I'm about to chill. I ain't ate nothing.
Go enjoy the wrestling, man. Go enjoy yourself, bro.
Dude, I need to I need to eat. I need to get me some DoorDash or something. But if you get something from DoorDash, it's like $10, and then it's $70 when they ring it all up. I'm like, oh no, I ain't getting no burger from here. Sorry, Sonic. But yeah, so that's what it is. But all right, man. Anthony, Anthony said,
oh, that's a good one. I like that.
Ant-Man bars.
Bars right there.
Coming through. That's fire.
We got ended on that. Anthony with the bars at the end.
Ant-Man, that's fire. Okay, I see you, bro. But all right, y'all, man. This has been super good, bro. Anthony, I need to come on your podcast, bro.
Yeah, you guys need to link up. Make it happen.
Yeah, me and Anthony got to do something. That's my boy too. Love him to death, man. But all right, y'all, it's time to end this podcast, man. I love everybody. We both love everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Until the next podcast, we love y'all. Peace out.
Yeah, peace out, guys. I'll talk to you soon. I'll text you in a minute.
All right, brother.
All right, later, brother.